up and crashing the floor. Two wild Yinzers kicking through the door. Loud like a jag-off at a pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. From the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two Dum Yinzers, the stories don't get old. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Yeah, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. This is episode 989 of the Two Dum Yinzers. I want to say to everybody today, welcome back to the show. This is the Hump Day installment of the show. I'd like to say, everybody today, how you doing? Michael, how are you, man?
I'm doing wonderful, my friend. It's another day in the hood, another day to talk some Pittsburgh Steelers, baby.
Always a good day to talk Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot going on with our football team here from the Burg. We're going to get into so much today, guys. We have a lot to get into today. I'm going to be honest with you. I do want to start today by saying what's up to the board. What's up, Sheik Baby? Always great seeing Sheiky Baby on the terrible board. Sheiky Baby, don't stick around for a couple minutes if you can. You are the first one in today, so you have a special privilege today. So do stick around for a little bit here if you would. I got something for you. And also, I do want to say what's up to my man, the original Mike, the original OG Yinzer Joe. Always great seeing Joe on the terrible board, as always. How you doing, my friend? He says, what's up, Yinzers? Ryan and Mike, what's good? Always good seeing you, brother. And I do want to say what's up to my man, Corey, from the podcast Don't Drink That, and it's a podcast that I'm growing more and more fond of, and I've been fond of this for a long time, but I just watched a couple videos of Corey's the past couple of days regarding the novels written by Ingersoll Lockwood in the late 1800s. Certainly piqued my attention. Great work by Corey, I do have to say. But if you are into conspiracy theories like I am, go check out Corey right here on YouTube. You can check him out at Don't Drink That. All kind of good content over there, and there's a plethora of different stuff that you could get into if conspiracy theories are your thing, and they are mine, and I got to be honest with you, I love it. I love the show, Mike. Have you gone and checked? I know you're not really a conspiracy theory guy, but have you gone over and checked out Corey's work?
Every once in a while, I pop one over and give it a look. Like I said, it's not my speed, but I like the work that he puts into it, man. You can tell he puts a lot of work into it. May not be my thing, but hey, he's doing a damn good job over there.
He sure does. I got to admit, I try to push as much as I can for Corey, and also Mike, it, of course, is...
No, I said hump everything. What? Too much.
It is hump day. Welcome back, everybody. Glad to see us today. This is the Two Dum Yinzers. This is episode 989. Just 11 short shows to go to the big 1,000 guys just right around the corner. It's actually really crazy that we are at this point, but you know what? It be where we be, and we're really excited about that. So we also want to say thank you, everybody, for being along on the ride and supporting us through the whole thing to get to episode 1,000. And we couldn't be more grateful for you. Thank you so much. Lots of things to get into, Mike, as today, of course, is hump day. I got to be honest with you. We talked a little bit before the show, discussed what we would be talking about today. And I do like the thumbnail. It looked like there was a bunch of angry faces. People were yelling. People were screaming.
Yes.
Lots of good stuff going on today, Mike. Tell me a little bit about your thumbnail.
Well, as you can tell, like the topic of the show is the haters of the Steelers. And like as you see Big Ben there just smiling. That's all we do. We just smile because the haters just love to hate on the Steelers, and we don't let it affect us. The players don't, the fans don't. Because all we hear is wah, 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 wah. We wish we was good as you. Wah, 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 wah. Why can't we win Super Bowls? That's all we hear. And because we look out and we see 6 Lombardis every morning. That's what we wake up to, man. 6 shiny Lombardis, man.
That's right. So much to talk about, Mike. I can't wait to get into everything that is, of course, regarding that thumbnail. Lots of stuff I do want to say what's up to. Steelmatic Honda. Great seeing you on a terrible board. It is hump day, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's blow through a couple things here, Mike, and then we're going to get into the Pittsburgh Steelers time. Of course, it's coming all day, every day, 365 days a year. We be bringing it. The Pittsburgh Steelers. So much to get into, Mike, but let's talk about these few things first. The Pittsburgh Pirates, Mike, again, just another day without grabbing the relief pitching that they need. And just another day closer to ending their season. Mike, I've been saying this for over a month now. Go get relievers. You got to get relievers. If you don't, here's the thing. This team is better than one game under 500. Go get the fucking relievers already and be competitive. You know what? It's just bad management. You're going to see this play out the way it plays out every year, Mike. Just waiting too long. Again, if you wait till the trade deadline to go after a reliever, you are not going to get in the playoffs. Here's the thing. They see that they're a game and a half out of the 7th wild card spot. That's not even that good. You should try.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Here's the thing, Mike. You can't go all in and then not go all in. In other words, you went out and spent all this money. It's the highest paid roster in Pirates history at the start of the season. And then you forget to go all in because there would certainly be things along the way that you would need to do. And they didn't think that it was important enough to do before the trade deadline. So the fact of the matter is they went half all way in. And this is why the Pittsburgh Pirates will not let's just say they do sneak into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think they could be a dangerous team in the playoffs. But I don't, again, Mike, I just getting there. If you're going to wait till the end of the month or whatever the hell you're talking about, or the end of July to get your relief pitching, just hang it up. Why go halfway when you're going all in?
Exactly. You and I have been talking about this for a couple of weeks now, maybe even about a month now. Of make your moves now. Like I said, do what Jim Rutherford used to do with the Penguins. Make moves now because if they don't work, you still have time to fix it. And this is perfect because the local bumbling media they picked up on this yesterday. Their tweets out saying, "Hey, they might as well go do something now." Yeah, we've been screaming that for a month now. That this is what you do if you're a serious team. You make your moves now. You strengthen your team now. You win the games now. So if you do fall off a little bit, you've already made your moves. Your roster is secure. You still have time to tinker with it down the line. You can't tinker after the trade deadline. Why wait till then? Get it done now.
Again, I mean, it is something that we've been saying all along. And again, if you go all in, you got to go all in. You don't go all in, and then once it starts to break down, you just kind of let it fall to pieces. You went all in. You spent money. Go get the guys you need. You know what the problem. Listen, if I know what the problem was 2.5 months ago, they certainly should have known the problem.
Exactly.
If they don't, then we have a big problem with our baseball team. But Mike, that's neither here nor there. The Buccos be back at it today. They lose 3-2 to the Mariners yesterday at home. Game 2 of the series of 3 is today at 6:40. That is the Pirates today, Mike. They are 39-40 after finishing up series against the Marlins, the Rockies, the A's, and now in the middle of the Mariners. I would have thought, you know what, this could be a nice run for this team. They could win a lot of games. As a matter of fact, and they lost mostly due. Hey, don't get me wrong. People are going to come in there and go, Ryan, but you have injury. Like, I know we have injuries, but we don't have no relief pitching either. And you know what? That's been the problem since day one. So let's take care of that problem first. You can't fix injuries. Injuries are going to happen, and you got to get through it. So that is just what is going on with the Buccos. Mike, a couple other things, and then we're going to get into it. The Riveters are gals, the soccer team. Soccer's a big thing right now. The Pittsburgh Riveters, they are at it tonight, Mike, as they are hosting the Buffalo FC team. That is tonight at 7 o'clock. And also, while we were talking about soccer, USA is back at it tomorrow night at 10 o'clock against Turkey with their big game in soccer.
Yeah, and that one, fortunately, we do not have to win. So, like I said, we can rest key players, guys who are in yellow card trouble. We can sit them out. So that would be awesome right there on our end. And just go out there and play an easy game, boys. Get in, get out. Treat it like that Week 17 game in the NFL where you already have home field locked up. Don't risk anyone.
Mike, NBA, they had their NBA draft yesterday. They get the number one overall pick is that big forward out of BYU. I don't even know his name is AJ Dibansa, something like this. But Mike, more that has to do with Pittsburgh is the Pittsburgh Penguins will be drafting Friday night. The two sister sports, of course, drafting in the same week. No surprise. The Penguins, Mike, they have three draft picks in the first two rounds. Number one at 22 overall. Their second round pick, they have picks at 39 and 54. They have a third round pick, which is 86 overall. And finally, they have in the sixth round, the 170th pick overall. And the Pittsburgh Penguins looking to draft real soon. Mike, the preseason schedule was released yesterday. They play Buffalo, they play Detroit, they play Columbus, and they play Buffalo. Again, pretty much the preseason schedule that it seems that the Penguins get. A lot of times these teams are close. It's Buffalo, it's Columbus. Nothing new to expect there, Mike, but that is what's going on in the NHL.
Yeah, hopefully the Penguins can make some moves, man. Get some young talent, but maybe gather some NHL talent as well to build out the roster some more.
Let me get a couple of things here, Mike. We're going to get rolling. I do want to just jump back on the screen here on the board. I do want to say what's up to everybody on the terrible board. I'm not sure what's going on. We'll try to figure out what is happening. Tortilla says, what's up, my man, all the way from Sacramento, California. Always great seeing Tortilla Jackson in the Heezy, big baby. Yeah. Steelmatic says, Steel City, let's go. That's right, big dog. It's always about the Steel City here in the Berg. Corey says this. I finally got my Baron Trump episode out. Now I'm working on my Antichrist episode right now, editing mode. Unfortunately, you guys got to wait until Monday. You know what? I'm okay with that because Corey, your work is worth it. I will certainly wait all the way till Monday to watch. Very excited, and so far everything has been great. Keep it up, man. Somber, sup, fuckers? Always great seeing Somber all the way from Los Angeles, California in the big house, baby. My man, Somber, what's up, dude? Mark Malone, he says, never go halfway in, always ram it home. I couldn't agree more. With my man, Mark Malone, the man, the myth, the mustache in the house. What's up, brother? The original OG Injured Joe says this. I don't understand how networks think the Ravens got better as a team. I understand that the Bengals have a little, but the Browns and Ravens, no way. We're going to get into that today, guys, because apparently they're sour grapes. And you know what? It's something that we've come to expect here in the Berg. And again, it's just funny more than anything. Let's continue on. Let's go to Somber. Okay, there's some kind of a lagging issue I know that Mike is working on. I think it's being getting the thumbs up. Mike is giving me the thumbs up. Continue on. Let's go right here. We apologize about that, guys. Let's do Somber. Might have got it cleared up. Somber seems to be okay now. He's saying Steel Oil says the internet took a big bong rip before this show. That motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, boys, but I'm glad it got cleared up because there's really not much I could do on my end. Like once the machine starts rolling, but it cleared up, man. We're gonna blame Art Rooney and YouTube.
Like today is 81 days. 81 days till the Steelers kick off against the Atlanta Falcons here at Acrisure Stadium. Like 81, and I'm gonna go for my guy. I mean, you have plenty of options, of course. You could go CJ Charles Johnson. You could always go Jesse James. You could also go, but Mike, I think that mine, just for the sake of it being my 81 day guy, has to be Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith, in memory of Jonnu Smith, from, of course, being here last year. He is my 81-day guy. Mike, who is your 81-day guy? I like how Mike flips me off and then forgets to turn on his volume.
Yeah, Charles Johnson. I'm sorry, I was double checking the stream again. Charles Johnson. We're not going with Jonnu.
I got to go Jonnu. It is 81 days. Let's continue on the board right here. Let's go to Steele. He says, we did get that. Somber. Yeah, fuck off, Art Rooney. And finally, Steele Loyal says, when in doubt, just blame Art. I couldn't agree more. Cody, Jonnu Smith is starting at Ohio State University. Look out for them Buckeyes moving forward. So great to see Cody. Great to see everybody on the board today, as it is hump day. We're working our way through this week. We're working our way through this off season. We're working our way through this summer to get there, guys. So much coming up for our Steelers. Just right around the corner, if you can even believe it. It is smack dab in the middle of everything, I guess. Mike, here it is, June 24. We're getting ready to wrap up the 6th month of the year. 6 months, one half of the year is going to be over. And I tell you what, by the time the Pirates are done playing regular season baseball, the Pittsburgh Steelers will be playing football. So somewhat encouraging as the Pirates, a nice portion of the way through their season. But no, that they won't stop playing until we get NFL football.
No, but NFL football needs to get here right now, ASAP.
Absolutely.
Like ASAP Rocky right now. I need people getting hit.
I
need it.
Absolutely. I do want to ask, Sheiky Baby, are you still in the house? You were the first one in today. I did start a new thing last weekend for the first person in. It's usually Tortilla. I'm surprised it wasn't Tortilla. However, we will start off the show every day by the first person in on the board. They get to call the coin toss, Mike. We're going to flip a coin to see if we start offense or defense for the day. We're giving the total control of the show to the board, and I love it. Let me know if you're still in the house, Sheiky Baby. If you're not, we do go to the second name and so on down the list until we do get it decided and how we're going to figure things out. And I do think that Yinzer Joe is second on the list. So in case Sheiky did bounce out, Yinzer Joe, you are next on the list as we do get ready to head into our black and gold gridiron talk for the day. Let me know if you are in the house, Sheiky. If not, again, Yinzer Joe, I'm going to come back to you. We're going to get this coin flipped and get this game rolling. Let me grab a couple more messages. Jesse James, the GOAT, he caught that ball, Mike, is what Yinzer Joe is saying. Matter of fact, he just said that. He just said Jesse caught the ball. Cody says Ryan doesn't know who Rocky and Bullwinkle ASAP Rocky is. Of course, this was something that went on earlier in the show, and I didn't know who it was. And the guys, of course, clowned me. Cody says I'm number one on Mike's list. Mike, is that true?
Cody is number one on the enemy list. Tortilla is number one on the friends list, but I don't see Tortilla here. I'm not liking this. I got my number one hater here, my number one friend not here to help me out. This is not looking good.
Tortilla's here.
Tortilla's here?
He messaged earlier. I also do want to say what's up to my man Tyrone, who is...
Oh, yeah, there he is. I see the Carson Beck guys, and I get hypnotized.
Here is also I do want to say number one on Mike's list. There it is, Tyrone, my man. Always great seeing the GOAT on the board, Tyrone. We'll talk a little bit about your boy as the show goes on today. I'm glad to see you. I hope you're having a great week. It is hump day. Let's keep moving on the board here. Let's go to Liam. I do want to say what's up to Liam. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the terrible board. Liam says, what's your favorite thing about streaming? I got to be honest with you. It's mine's actually kind of a story, Mike. If you want to, what's your favorite thing about streaming? With the microphone would be great.
Shut up. Well,
it's certainly not using the microphone.
It's my favorite. No, almost 1,000 episodes, and you think I'd have this shit down. But my favorite thing is just connecting with Steeler fans and just connecting with people from all over the U.S. and all over the world. I never thought I'd be doing this. That's wild.
Mine goes a little deeper, actually. It really has nothing. Listen, I wanted to be a radio talk show host my whole life. And I had a couple opportunities throughout my adult life to get involved, and I screwed things up. And I'm not going to talk about it all day. I mean, maybe at some point I could tell everybody about it, but a few things through life happened, and I didn't get into radio like I would have. And I had kids early, and I had to work jobs and be very busy. And once my kids got old enough, I said, you know what? I'm going to do this because it's similar. And you'll notice a lot that I do. I mean, my setup, a lot of it's very similar to radio. It isn't. And again, it's ultimately something that goes back for me for about 30 some years, because for whatever reason, when I was in high school, I wanted to be a radio host really bad. And I thought, well, is there anything that I'm really interested in? Okay, I like the Steelers. This could be something. And Mike and I, one day, we were talking, and we always talk sports. And I said, you know what? Let's make a show. Let's go on YouTube, and we're going to do a show. And let's make it the Steelers, and we'll talk about other things and see how it goes. And it's just so it's always kind of been a passion of mine in a way. I do work at a radio station. I do this. So I'm kind of living the life. If you're asking the question, but as far as streaming goes, it all just falls under that, guys. For me, it all falls under just something that I always love doing. And again, the Steelers have always been a passion. So this has certainly made it easy for us, and something that we love doing and very passionate about. And again, I have no complaints of being here and doing this every day, which is why we do it all year round. So again, in a short kind of way, that is the answer to my answer to your question. But I do want to say thank you for inquiring to Mr. If I can scoot back up here, Liam, I'm sorry, Lehman. And I do want to say welcome back to the show, Liam. It is great to have you here. Welcome back. Mark Malone says, Iron Sheik, where are you at, baby? I think Sheiky might have bounced. Sometimes he will bounce. Still Loyal says this. I do want to say what's up to Still Loyal all the way from North Carolina. Still Loyal says this. Tortilla is here. He's just in the shadows. He's in the fifth stall. He's in the fifth stall hiding.
What's he doing in the shadows and in the fifth stall? And can I join him?
You're taking this Pride Month a little too literally, but you know what? That's all right.
Don't be
Not
hating.
that there's anything wrong with that. Let's do scoot along here on the board. Let's go to Corey. He says John should be the new tight end coach of Ohio State to improve the drops. Also, Somber says Tortilla is working and listening usually. All right. Somber, I meant to ask you the other day how I think this guy was your buddy. How's Armac doing? Armac was, of course, here a lot with us during the season. I haven't seen him since the offseason. And for some reason, I thought you guys knew one another. If you do, if not, just totally ignore what I just said. I was just kind of curious how Armac was. Cody says Tortilla is watching basketball. Idra Joe says Jesse was APS number 81. Also, Tortilla, my balls need a basket to move around. LOL. Somber C. Just Learning says, homies, what's up, brother? Always great seeing Just Learning on the terrible board. Cody says, Mike's favorite thing about streaming is talking about Penn State. Steel Loyal says, you pretty much are a radio talk show host. Thank you. I appreciate that, sir. That means a lot. It truly does. It truly does. Thank you. Let's go here to Tortilla. He says, yeah, my shit was lagging bad for a minute. We do apologize about that. Again, I don't know what's going on with that, but again, we do apologize and hope that it is looking better for you. Let's go here to Cody. He says, when I was younger, I wanted to be Charlie Sheen. And how does that change from today, Cody? I know, right? Curious. Let's go here. Ed and Somber hit it right on the head. He says, you still do. Cody says, touche. Somber says, hey-o. That's right, big dog. Always great seeing you. Just Learning says, the Alex Trebek of the Steelers. Oh, so sorry. So sorry, eh? Let's go to Yinzer Joe. He says, yes, Cody, I like Denise Richards' tool. Absolutely. Tortilla says, Armac pops in every now and then in the GC. Gotcha. It's always great seeing Armac. Hope he's doing good. Somber says this. He says, Armac is still in our group chat. He types every once in a while. I don't think he's a big off-season guy, and that's totally fine. And you know what? I totally understand that. I really do. When people don't want to follow through no off-season, I get it. Listen, it can be exhausting. And if you have 100 things going on in your life, it's totally understandable, because you got shit to do. And what are you going to do? Let's go right here to Cody. Ryan, it's good. I see him on my Yankee pod. That's awesome, man. I'm glad. Tell him we said hey. Always great seeing Armac. And Liam says, you all are one of the best streamers ever. We appreciate that, Liam.
Hell yeah. Thanks,
thank you, Liam. I won't tell anybody that this is Mike's brother. No, I'm just kidding. It's not Mike's brother. We appreciate the kind words. Thank you, Liam. And welcome aboard. Welcome to the show. Great to see everybody today, as this is hump day, Mike, as it is every week on Wednesday. We have a lot to get into. We got a lot to talk about. We have, Mike, important dates coming up. Now, you got to remember, today is the 24th. On July 28th, The Steelers start showing up at St. Vincent College in Latrobe on the 29th. They start officially practicing on August 3rd. They start going full pads on August 8th. They do have Saturday night lights, Mike. It's usually Friday night lights. It's now changed to Saturday night lights. And finally, the 17th of August is the last day of camp, guys. Big dates coming up big time as this offseason just continues to scream along. We're going to be kicking the ball off before you know it. I do want to say happy birthday. Happy birthday to Liam. Birthday is on the 26th of this month, like 2 days from now, or next month. Because I was going to say if it's July, that's my parents' anniversary. Let's go to a couple more messages here, and then we are going to get this coin tossed. I do want to say, Joe, Yinzer Joe, be prepared because I don't see Sheiky, and that's fine. I know Sheiky's busy over in the Middle East, so I'm not going to fault him. Let's go right here to Corey. He says, you do have the voice for radio, guys. You sound like something I would listen to on my way to work, on my way to the gym after. We appreciate that, man. We do appreciate that. Thank you. Steel Loyal says, I'm an ADHD psycho. I watch all of my teams at the same time if I could. That's why I got 3 screens in my room. That's pretty badass. Steel Loyal, living it up, baby. I love it. Let's go to Just Learning. Derpy going to get paid one way or the other. Derpy living it up in Florida, South Florida, Mike, living it up on vacation. From what? We don't know, but we do know.
I know, right? What does he do to deserve a vacation?
I agree.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Let's go here to Corey. Corey says, I just hate radio because it's not interactive. And I agree. And that's why I really love the way that this played out for us, because it's something that we were very involved in and we love to do it the way that we do. And again, if we didn't, we wouldn't. The fact of the matter is it's something that we're loved doing, actually, Corey. And again, thank you so much, guys. You guys are amazing. I do want to say big happy birthday to Liam on the board. Liam, if you don't mind, how old are you going to be on the 26th? Let's check right here. Tyrone. Hey, Omar, pay 24. Motherfucking Rooney, stop being cheap bastard. Also, Corey says this. My birthday was Sunday, and I was on family vacation. Nice. It was decent. Happy birthday to you as well, my friend. Summer birthdays. It seems like everybody in my life
must be
is
nice.
Always a summer birthday, except for Mike.
Must be nice.
Liam, you're gonna be 12. That's freaking awesome. Happy birthday to you, Liam. Early happy birthday to you. Let me. Go.
I'm glad I know he's 12 now because I almost dropped some F-bombs about having a birthday.
I'm sure he says that he's 12. He says a lot more worse than you do. Believe me.
I know, right? He's probably getting chat banned. In
I was always, 12 years old, man. My vocabulary was pretty colorful. Let's continue to say what's up to my man. Always great seeing Jamal on the board, all the way from Texas, the great state of Texas. I had something the other day I was going to say that was in relation to Texas. It's like, oh, that's cool because, the couple of guys, and I can't remember what the hell it was for the life of me. So I'll continue on. And it was something good, too. I mean, it was involving sports, of course. I just can't think of what the hell it was.
You're getting forgetful, man. That's a sign
I have
of
about 600 pages of notes. I was thinking to myself, write it on your notes. I was like, no, you'll remember this. Here we are. Let's go right here to Cody. Cody says Mike has to put Derpy's bra on his head. We do have a thing where Mike is going to be wearing a shower cap as camp does get started, as that is the new thing of the players. Mike wearing the new shower cap type caps over their helmets, and we're going to stick with the theme and stick with the suit. And you were going to be wearing a shower cap for camp this year.
No, I will wear Derpy's bra over a shower cap.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I would look good with like a red lace bra on my head.
That is awesome. I think we do it. Also, I do want to say, let's go here to Jamal. Jamal says, happy birthday, C Smooth. Liam, you were right. I do. Still Loyal says you can get chat banned and COD just for saying fuck now. It's soft as fuck. You know what? It's a different world. It really is. Let's go here to the original Yinzer Joe YouTube.
What do you say in after fuck? Because I say fuck a lot on Call of Duty.
What are you asking? What do you say after fuck?
Yeah, what do you say after? Because I say fuck a lot to people in the group chat, and I never get banned on COD.
Yinzer Joe says this YouTube podcast and radio are so much better than regular radio. I listen and watch it for more than I do too. I'm so addicted to YouTube anymore. And it's anything. I started watching a new series of shows, and I like my reactions, and just everything. I do. I spend more time here than I do on TV, no doubt. Let's go here to Steel Loyal, M-rated game, by the way. Yeah, imagine that. Jamal says, LOL, increase your vernacular at Steel Loyal, read a book or something. Drop the vernacular. Let's go here to Cody. Cody says, Lone Star Beer. Let's go to Corey. Corey says, Jamal, thanks, man. 35 feels no different than 34. I think it was my 34th birthday. I broke my hand. 34th or 32nd, I don't remember. Let's go here to Mark Maloney. Says Sandusky Halloween costume. A Sandusky Halloween costume. Steel Loyal says, laugh my ass off. Got to study to talk shit on COD. Let's go here to Liam. Have a question. How even do you live stream? Because I've been trying. You know what? Touch base with us. Mike, throw up the Discord, if you will, on the board. Get in on our Discord. That way, again, you can talk to a lot of people that's excuse me, on the board and people from the show. Excuse me. At any time that you would like, Mike's going to put up the Discord. Become a member over there. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And you could follow along and be involved in chats, memes, a lot of stuff going on in the Discord. Again, you could contact and talk to people on the board. You could contact and talk to us. So, again, Mike's going to put that up there. If you ever have any questions, you could certainly ask. And that way we'll be able to give you our undivided attention. Let's continue on. Let's go right here to Cody. Cody says, have to talk on Discord Steel. Somber says, the reporting system is a Call of Duty is broken. I play with my voice chat turned off, and I still get chat banned. People get mad when you shit on them and report you.
That's me. I do that.
Well, it's funny because today's show is all about haters, so it's kind of going together well. Steel Loyal says, I deleted COD for like 6 months, had to make room for Madden. Always got to have room for Madden. And as I said, Mike will put up the Discord link on the terrible board. And if, like I said, Liam, you could join. And again, always I get a hold of us or certainly have any questions. We'll be happy to help you. And there it is on the board. Laugh my ass off. Mike is honest. Steel Loyal says,
if I suspect you of cheating, you are getting everything reported against you. I don't fuck around.
And here we go, Mike. Yinzer Joe, are you in the Heezy baby? You still here? We have to flip this coin. We haven't flipped the coin yet. We got to get this game started. Yinzer Joe, let me know if you're here. If not, I will go down the next name on the list, Mike, which of course is Corey. Corey, don't drink that. Corey, do stick around for a moment. Make sure that Yinzer Joe is still here. If he is not, we'll have you call the coin toss. The way this is going to go down, we're going to flip a coin. And when we flip a coin, it's going to decide whether we start on offense or defense for the day. We are giving you full control of the show. Terrible board. And you could call heads or tails. And then if you win, you, of course, get to call. You want the ball or it's going back the other way. I don't see Yinzer Joe, but I'm going to give him a few more minutes. I do know that he's here and he could be working, could be busy. Let's go to Somber, LOL. Somber, anyone who guns me is cheating. He's one of them. Vegas, always great seeing Vegas in the Heezy, big baby, all the way from Las Vegas. My man, Vegas in the house. Here we go. Tortilla Heck, even when I got mods, I'm still ass. And there's my man, Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe, you did win the you have the special privilege and job today of calling the coin toss. This is how we're going to dictate the way the show goes from now on. We're either going to start on offense or we're going to start on defense, and it's going to be your decision, Yinzer Joe. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to flip a coin. So you call heads or tails, and then I will flip the coin. And the heads is offense, tails is defense. No, that isn't how it goes. Heads or tails, and then you call it. So tell me what you want, Yinzer Joe. Is it going to be heads or tails? And we will get this game started today. Let me grab a couple messages while we're waiting. Tater says, is there any beer left in the States, Tater? I do want to say what's up to Tater all the way from North Ireland in the house. Nice seeing you, Tater. Let's go right here to... And I'm not blowing you off, Tater. I'm just trying to get the show started. I do see Yinzer Joe called tails, Mike. So that is so far since we started this. That is 2 days, 2 tails called. Let's see how it goes for Yinzer Joe. Let's see if he could land this, Mike. And once again, it is heads. It is heads, Mike. 2 times. Tails have been called 2 times. It was heads. So Yinzer Joe did not win. So how did we do that? I decide.
If you got to decide what way the the direction the show is going to go.
Yeah.
He lost, or you get the
all right. I'm going to say let's go offense. I should have looked at my notes. I don't know. Let's go offense. It just sounds fun. Let me grab a couple more messages, and we're going to get into all this stuff. So much going on today, guys. A lot of stuff, believe it or not, over the past 2 days with the Steelers. Let's go to Liam says, what's that tower made right behind you? This is Duquesne Pilsner. Duquesne Pilsner, a friend of the show right here in Pittsburgh. These beer is delicious, as a matter of fact. Duquesne Pilsner is this can pyramid we have going on. Mike, what do you have to say?
I was gonna say, young man, do not start drinking until you're 21.
He's 12. Leave him alone.
Or you gotta hide it from your parents,
he wants to do it. He's 21. Leave him, or he's 12. Leave him alone.
We're dyslexic here at the two Dum Yinzers.
I'm pretty sure when I was 12, 13, I was doing all this shit that we're saying not to do. But anyway, listen, I'm not encouraging you. I'm just saying, leave the man alone. He's 12. He's going to do what he's going to do. Steel Loyal says the states run on beer. We will never run out of beer, Tater. Come on, man. Let's go to Jamal, my man. He says this. I love you guys, man. The entire family, bro. You guys raise my vibration. And Jamal, we love you too, dude. Always love talking to you guys, man. That's what it's all about, baby. Liam says, who's Tails? I don't know, but if you know, let us know. Maybe we'll display her at halftime for the halftime show. We tried something a little different there as well. We'll continue throughout the week and see how it goes. It's not going to change today, so do stick around for the halftime show. Let's go to Cody. Cody says Vegas all the way from Scottsdale, Arizona is what Cody is saying. Still Loyal says Ryan I did win the toss. Corey says that Jamal, this is more than football now, my guy. Football is one of the many things we bond over now. It's crazy how this channel has grown since 2024. And guys, we thank you so much. God, we thank you so much. You guys have been amazing and supportive, and absolutely. Oh my God, absolutely. Thank you, everybody. Let's go here to Ty. Says that's what you get, Ginter Joe, for saying trading the JPJ. Tater says, just think if Pittsburgh wasn't a dump with a dump of a stadium, you would be racking it in. We are racking it in here. As far as our city does very well, actually. Let's go to Steel Loyal. Hide it from your parents. AI advice from Vanilla Thunder. Liam says, yeah, listen to Ryan. There you go. There you like, see? Just listen to the audience. Just listen to the viewers.
You know what? I'm trying not to corrupt the youth, and you said fucking corrupt me. All right, I'm on board.
All right, let's go right here.
The Vanilla Thunder's going to show up here and tell you how it's done, son.
Also, Joe says, I didn't say that today. Jamal says, way more than football. This is family. This is gang. Gang, my man. Always, dude. Yeah, you guys are great. Thank you so much. I can't say it enough. Steel Loyal says, Tater, just to let you know, the 49ers and the Steelers aren't rivals. Again, we play them once every 4 years, and you know what? Cody says it sticks with every day. Somber, I'm guessing you play WZ, Mike, not actual multiplayer.
Yeah, I just Warzone only anywhere. Like I said, I'm too old for multiplayer anywhere. I don't got the twitchy reflexes. I don't got the hand-eye coordination.
Cody says he is the best. Tyrone says no, he's the best. Somber says, yeah, I figured. Same. Tater says Niners number one. And then Liam says, fight me, baby. And you know what? This is the kind of mood it is today. It is a fight me day because we're going to get into some things going on around the league. Mike, let me put it to you this way. Listen, this isn't a direct, which I guess it is a direct reference to politics, but don't make it about politics because it's totally not meant to be. Guys, the Steelers derangement syndrome is real. That's right, guys. It is very real. We're going to talk about that today as there's been three conversations had that we're going to get into about maybe some sour grapes of teams and their opinions and their views of our Steelers. Mike, these are all former players around the league. So we're going to get into that and so much more today. Vegas says 0.6 Raz score. Yinzer Joe, the growth of the show is a credit to the Two Dum Yinzers podcast. You were awesome, man. Thank you, sir. Somber says some things and some stuff. Loyal says, Steel says, I was a resurgence player, rebirth island, guys. Let's get into some of these conversations, Mike, because again, today, the topic of the show is just the hate that always seems to come our way. But you know what? I'm going to prove to you today why it is all warranted. We have a lot to get into. Do stick around, Mike. I think I talked about the offense, so let's not mess that up. Let's go right here to let's go right here to Big Ben Roethlisberger, Mike. Of course, he is one of the greats, not only of our team, but of all time. Statistically, look at his numbers. He is top 10 in a lot of the categories that does decide this, Mike. And Big Ben had a little conversation the other day, and we talked about it briefly. And he says, a matter of fact, he's listen, I'm just going to say, he said what we're saying. And he says, Mike, that the window for the Baltimore Ravens is closing. He's talking about the age of Lamar Jackson, of course, the injuries, everything that goes into why the Ravens aren't ever as good as they're made out to be in preseason and offseason. And Mike, in response to this, you knew it was coming from, of course, the former wide receiver of the Baltimore Ravens, Mike. I'm talking about nobody other than Mr. Torrey Smith, a wide receiver who was okay. Didn't ever really kill us. I made a touchdown or two here at the end of the day. But I do want to say this before I go any further. This right here. No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to give you the hint for the end of the show because it's still early. I was going to give you a hint, but I'm not going to give you until for the trivia just yet. Just hang on. This is what Mike Torrey Smith was saying. He says this about Ben's comments. He says, quote, "Who cares what Ben thinks?" Okay, yeah, you're a Raven. I wouldn't have expected anything else. Mike, he also says, as long as you have Lamar, you are going to be your window is there. He says, as long as you have Lamar, your window is going to be there. End quote. He also goes on to say, it's funny because the same guy, they were saying the same things about the guy in Pittsburgh near the end of his career when he was in his 30s, and our guy is still in his 20s. And I'm not sure what he was really trying to make by saying that, because again, that actually kind of makes sense for one, if you're saying our guy, whatever. And finally, Mike, he says this, he says, everybody thought that the Steelers' problem was Coach Tomlin. They're going to be in for a big surprise, Mike, when they're saying the roster. He's saying the roster is trash. Trash is the word that Torrey Smith used in talking about the Steelers. So again, just a few things. Who cares what Ben thinks? As long as Lamar is there, the window's still going to be open. Ben is basically what he's saying. Lamar is the problem. Again, Ben, 2 or 3 years prior to retiring, he did lead the league with 5,100 yards passing. I'm just saying. And at the end of the day, I think Lamar's legs always kept him in the conversation for the MVP. But whatever, he's getting older. Also, that, Mike, that said, this and the reason the Steeler fans are going to find out that the reason that we aren't good wasn't because of Mike Tomlin. It's because our roster is trash. Our roster is trash. These are some things that Torrey Smith had to say in response to Ben Roethlisberger just simply saying the window's closing in Baltimore. And Mike, at the end of the day, talking trash on a team that beat you 10 of the last 11 regular season games is kind of a weird, angle to take. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and for a team that hasn't sniffed a conference championship game in how long? For a team that's consistently anointed preseason AFC champions conversation, preseason Super Bowl favorites, a team that can't get past the divisional round, yeah, your window's kind of closing. Like, Lamar's not getting any younger. King Henry's not getting any younger. That defense is not what it once was. This is not a Baltimore Ravens defense. That defense is average. And you better hope Montebuque comes back. Otherwise, you don't have a whole lot on that defense outside of Kyle Hamilton, your safety. Outside of him, you got a whole bunch of nothing. I guess you got Trey Hendrickson. Woohoo! Yay, we got Trey Hendrickson. Your wide receivers are still suspect at best. I like Zay Flowers, but he's not a true number one. You have nothing there. You got a left guard. You got Vega. I give you that. You got Vega. But outside of him, what else do you got? Who's Lamar going to be thrown to? A whole lot of nothing. You got a new head coach who's never been a head coach that's going to try and navigate.
That's one
a
thing
team
also, Mike, that I do want to jump in and say is
pressure.
A lot of people are saying, you know what, the Steelers made the bad decision, but you know what, all these other teams, they do have the young coach that we talked about wanting, before we made the hire. But at the end of the day, we do have a coach that knows what he's doing. This guy, it's not his first rodeo. So you play to that advantage. And you know what, maybe someday down the road, we will get that younger guy. Maybe, who knows? But again, at the end of the day, grabbing McCarthy, somebody who's been in the league, and again, in the right situation, I think he has a great chance to win football games. And I think that Mike, he's not given a bad team at the end of the day. I think Mike Tomlin's going to get some stuff done. And Mike McCarthy. And at the end of the day, Mike, they say that the new coaches, the young coaches, that's the way to go, which I agree. But we do have a coach who knows what the hell he's doing. While everybody else is trying to pick the pieces up and put them together in their OTAs, our coach has a whole system. He has a whole program. We walked right in, did what we had to do. Now we're off. Everybody else is still trying to answer questions and figure things out and build this. Mike, I do think that we were ahead of the game by this by this decision to hire Coach Mack. And again, I wasn't big on it at first. I had him in a category. I had Coach McCarthy, I had Coach Tomlin, and I had Coach Harbaugh all in the same conversation of guys that the league has just kind of passed them by. So again, Mike, I wasn't big on this. He's a Pittsburgh guy. I do like that. But at the end of the day, when you're looking at the way things are happening in the offseason, you got to notice that Coach Mack and company certainly has that experience backing them with everything that we're doing compared to what you're seeing in other teams' camp and OTAs.
Yeah, it's running smooth. Like I've been saying ever since he got here, he's brought what has worked for him. He saw what has worked in the building before him and kept that and got rid of the stuff that wasn't working or became stale. Like taking the best of everything to make everyone's transition easier. And maybe as he's going along, we'll phase some things out that we're still here. And still have his stuff, or just keep it going as long as it's working. He didn't come in and want to upset the apple cart, reinvent the wheel. Like, hey, here's my system. This is what was here. How can we fuse this together to get everyone on the same page, get everyone to buy in? And he did. And it's impressive. Like Mark Malone said, I hate to jump ahead of here in the comments, but he hit the nail on the head. We did a great thing avoiding the young autistic-minded coaches. Yes, because they're hyper-focused on just wanting to do one thing. Like, I'm here to be the offensive guy, head coach. That's all I'm going to be. Mike McCarthy is getting everyone from offense to special teams on board. And this was a brilliant hire. I really didn't like it. I was never a big Mike McCarthy guy. But now seeing him up close and how he operates, okay, the dude knows what he's talking about. You knew his offenses were still good because they're still being used throughout the NFL. It's just like Ryan said, did everything else in the game pass him by? And it's right now, from what we're seeing, it has not passed him by.
This is a couple things. Mike, Ben Roethlisberger, of course, against the Ravens all time was 19-11. He owned them guys. Yeah. And here's something else. Just because, again, everybody seems to take liberty of taking shots at the Steelers while their teams have never actually done better. In other words, do we win it every year? No, but nobody wins it every year. How good's your team doing in the overall picture, guys? This is the highest winning percentage football teams in the Super Bowl era. Like the Pittsburgh Steelers, just three points behind the Cowboys. The Cowboys won as a 59.2 all-time winning percentage in the Super Bowl era. We are 58.9, just a couple points behind them, but we do have more Super Bowl trophies. So, you know what? I think that does trump that. Next on the list, Mike, the Baltimore Ravens are the next team on that list at 57%, albeit number 3 on the list. It is still well over from 58.9 to 57. So we do have that whole Mike, over that period of time, a better winning percentage. Beyond that, the winning percentages look like this. The only team that doesn't have any Super Bowl wins in this list of teams is the next list on a team, Mike, is the Minnesota Vikings with a 56.3 winning percentage in the Super Bowl era. Then the Packers with a 55.4. Right behind, or tied with them, is actually the Patriots with the 55.4. Then the Broncos 55.1. Chiefs, Dolphins, and 49ers for Tater Tard, all at 55% winning percentage. The Eagles really bringing it on over the last couple of years. They weren't always competitive. They were always kind of shitty, actually. Certainly through the 1900s. They got good in the 2000s. They're sitting at 52.7. Behind them, Mike, again, another team that really picked it up as of late is the Seahawks. They weren't really good as I was growing up ever in the 1900s. Mike, they're sitting at 52.5. And finally, the last team on this list is 52.4 is the LA Rams, all-time winning percentage for the best teams in the Super Bowl era. So, again, say what you want about the Steelers. There's nothing, Mike, that they would show me that the Ravens are doing anything better than what we're doing. As a matter of fact, certainly in the past 30 years since they've been here, they've won some Super Bowls. We've won some Super Bowls. We won a lot of games. But Mike, this isn't where it stops today. There's a lot of trash talk going on about our team. We're going to get into all that shortly. I'm going to take your Give your take on that, Mike. We got a lot to get to on the board.
It was real quick. Lamar, Torrey Smith was talking about. We got Lamar. Like he goes from a regular season 65% completion percentage down to the playoffs down to 61%. 10 touchdowns to 7 interceptions in the playoffs. He's 3-8. Regular season, he's 76-31. Not bad at all. 187 touchdowns to 57 interceptions. But my God, once the bright lights come on, he starts to crumble. He does not play well. He's not that guy. He's a great regular season quarterback. But when the lights turn bright, he's not that good. I just want to say, keep this in mind. This theme, regular season dominance, playoff failure. Just when the lights get bright, just keep that thought in mind.
And some people would say, you know what? The Steelers have this issue too. They haven't won a playoff games in 10 years. But listen to this, guys. We're 60 Super Bowls in. Take these 10 years out. Guess what? That's a lot of freaking wins in Super Bowls in the first 5 decades of this. So again, we get this thing picked back up. Nothing is always great. Even the great Yankees have down years. Even the great Lakers and then the Celtics. Not everybody's always great. The fact of the matter is, we are more great. We are better and more great than every team, Mike, as far as consistency goes in the NFL, in the Super Bowl era. Thank God for everybody else. We didn't win a playoff game in the last 10 years. We would be head and shoulders out ahead of everybody. So what? Where's your team? When is your team catching up to us? If we're such as, everything that happened to you was in the 70s. All you're saying, why ain't you caught up yet? If it was so long ago, where the hell are you?
Yeah, because what? At number 2 in winning percentage, number 2 in Super Bowls.
Number 1 in Super Bowls. What are you talking about?
Oh, tied for number 1. Yeah, that's right, with New England. I'm sorry, I was counting Tom Brady as his own team. My apologies. But yeah, tied for first in Super Bowls, second in winning percentage. If our down year is 10 years of one and done in the playoffs, it sucks. But my God, this would be a lot of teams' high watermark of franchise history.
Absolutely, Mike. You know what? The trash talk doesn't start there, but I do have to I want to stay up on the board today on this hump day. I don't want to screw anybody over on hump day, Mike, as we have a lot to get into today. A lot of sour grapes, a lot of SDS, some Steelers derangement syndrome going on. I'm seeing, and again, we're going to talk about it all today and so much more, as there was some news also, Mike, that we're going to get into in just a moment after I catch up on some messages. Let's go here to Somber. Pub Stomper at my core. Liam, are you guys in the same building? We are actually in the same building. Yes, it is true. Steel Loyal says, yeah, I'm not a big BR guy either, but I like Spawn System, the Resurgence. Let's scoot down here. Cody says this, I've always been an Eric Ebron fan. Hope he don't come up. Let's go to Steel Loyal. He says, I'm playing pubs. It's going to be Serge Somber, former wide receiver that only had 1,000 yards ever. Somber says, kick rocks, buddy. Cody says the Ravens had wide receivers. Tyler says, bro, you see these AFC North group chats trying to compare Zay and AB. First 3 years, laugh my ass off, like quarterbacks didn't even start till late third year. Quarterback didn't even start till late.
AB, like AB
gotcha.
Didn't start.
And was kick, punt, return. Zay was first round pick. Steel Loyal says maybe they should try opening that window because they've had it closed. So let's go here to Somber. He says, oh, yeah, I'm a respawn whore, LOL. Steel Loyal, he says, I need that instant dopamine, LOL. Let's go here to Ty. Ty says, Torrey Smith was a bum. Nobody worried, Big Ben, Hall of Famer. And you know what? I couldn't agree more, guys. Again, it doesn't surprise me. It's Raven talk. This is the same team that put a bunch of pictures of Ben getting smashed up on their big screen as he played their very last game and was heading to retirement. So you know what? You know, the love is there, Mike. The respect is there. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be shit talk. Somber says, I love how he mentioned Ben was in his 30s and Lamar is still in his 20s. Ben was still better. Laugh my ass off. Guy is a fucking brain dead. I couldn't agree with you more, Somber. Let's go to Liam. Liam says, do you think is the best team? You know what? I'm going to say us. All time. We are. Let's go to Ty. It says, facts, Mike. The secondary is barbecue chicken. They have wide receiver. O-line is okay. We have a better roster. Steel Loyal. DK put up 150 on the Ravens secondary. LOL. Let me grab a couple more, Mike. We got a lot to get into here. Let's go to Mark Malone. He says, we did a great thing by avoiding the young autistic-minded coaches. I think Mike did jump to you for a moment with that. Also, Tyrone says, yeah, but Coach Mack actually runs a good offense and better coaching tree than them both. Let's go, Liam. He says, this, have you guys been friends for your, no, only about 8 years. I've only known Mike for about 8 years. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. He says, I might have been maybe worried if the Ravens kept Max Crosby, but they lost Linderbaum, and now they have a new coach. Turnover on a roster isn't going to be easy to overcome. And see, this is the thing. We're literally on the same path as these guys. We just gave up our long tenured coaches. But again, the guy, Mike, who has the experience, certainly has this team looking like we're more prepared for the 2026 campaign than not just the Ravens, but quite a few other teams around the league this year.
Yeah. It's the early results are good. It's very, very early in the process, but I'm liking what we're seeing.
Absolutely. Let's go to Ty. Ty says, Factions or Joe, they lost their center and tight end one. A few other guys, they had a good draft. I don't lie on that, but we own the Ravens. 10 of the last 12. You know what? Not only 10 of the last 12, I also do want to say this as well. If you ever want to revise that to make it sound better, Ty, regular season, we beat them 10 of the last 11. Because the loss, let's throw, you know what, for the sake of our team, for the sake of it sounding better, let's throw that playoff loss out of it. Let's stop saying 10 of the last 12. Mike, they've beat them 10 of the last 11 regular season games. Yeah. We've beat them 10 of the 11 latest, regular season. Why is this even a conversation?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that the Bengals and Browns both have a better record than us, both in the last 11 games. Better than the Ravens against us. Too. Sorry. Let's go here. Still loyal. Damn, how did the Dolphins sneak in? And then, you know what, the 70s, man, they were something. Don Shula, that whole thing. Liam says, I'm water boy for the Packers. That's pretty freaking awesome, dude. That's really awesome, Liam. Good for you, dude. That's sweet. Still loyal says Dan Marino really carried them. You know what? He got them some wins, but again, their success was in the 70s. Their undefeated season, their Super Bowl wins. So again, they did stuff back in the day. So you gotta respect that more than Cleveland's done, right? And more than Cincinnati's done. Let's go here to Ty Emerson Jr. Who that? Also, Somber says Browns rookie cornerback. Somber, you liked it on Instagram. Tyrone, I think I know who you're talking about. Let's move down a little bit further. Somber says this. Yeah, looks like the Brownies may have found them one. Liam says, who's the best team? I do believe our team is ultimately the best team overall in Super Bowl era. And I think that a lot of numbers would agree with us. And, there would be some debate, but naturally. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. The middle 8 games for the Ravens are rough. I don't think they'll be better than the Bengals, providing Burrow stays upright. I agree. They got to keep him upright over there. Let me grab a couple more. I do only see a few more on the board, Mike, and then we're going to get into a whole lot today. You know what? Let's talk about a couple pieces of news that we got over the past couple days. Mike, the Steelers are one of four teams not to hold a joint practice this offseason. Of course, you always have, most of the time you have joint practices with other teams, get together, see different faces. Mike, what's your thoughts on this? Steelers one of four that aren't having joint practices off.
I like the joint practices because the guys get tired of beating the shit out of each other. You want to see them beat up someone else. And you like to see how they're faring in drills against people from other teams. But I get the argument against it because they can get too spicy, get too chippy, and you can potentially maybe hurt more in those things. But I like them just because I want to start testing the guys against other people. Let's see what's going on. Let's do some drills against people. I like it because after a while you're tired of hitting yourselves. Let's go hit someone else. Let's go hit the enemy. You know what I mean? That's just how
I don't disagree with you, but I like it. And here's why I like it. It's different. It's something that Coach Mack is bringing in to kind of create his own culture, create his own way of running the team. And I'm willing to take a ride. I'm willing to see how it plays out. I'm willing to see how it goes. Again, I have known nothing else besides having joint practices as far back as I can remember. So at the end of the day, I'm on board, Coach. I'm on board with Coach Mack at this point, Mike. Let's just say 28 other teams has a better season than us. Then we could say, oh, you know what? Us 4 teams here at the very bottom. Maybe next year we'll have joint practices. But for me, Mike, I understand what you're saying. I don't disagree with what you're saying at all. I like what you're saying. As a matter of fact, I agree with it. But at the end of the day, I'm not against this. I'm all aboard the Coach Mac train at this point. I think I think I like what he's doing a lot. I think the vibes are great here in the Berg. And Mike, we were just a month away from starting camp, and things couldn't be better here in Pittsburgh, in my opinion.
No, they can't, man. Like I said, early results are. This thing's looking really fun.
And the other big topic of the day, guys, was the big story yesterday, as a matter of fact. But you know what? I don't even think it's that big of a story. Mike, Brendan Sorsby will not be in a supplemental draft this summer, going to the NFL. I know two people that are working for the Steelers that probably just loved to hear this news. Mike, of course, number 16 and number 18. I believe that's their numbers, if I'm not mistaken. They were probably wiping their forehead once they found out there wasn't going to be one more person in the competition.
Right? Like, I don't even. I think even he will like somehow magically got here, like he would be no threat to either of those two. This guy was a bottom feeder quarterback in the NFL or in college. He's going to be a bottom feeder quarterback in the NFL if he's ever eligible to play here. I think you're looking at if he's going to play anywhere, maybe the CFL, maybe the UFL. You maybe take some personal responsibility for your actions first, and you might have a chance in any of those leagues. But he has remains to be seen if he has any self-awareness for his culpability in this.
I agree, man. I do want to say welcome back to Liam. Great to see you back, brother. So that's how it's going to be. There's no supplemental draft this summer. If he's going to be drafted, it will be during the regular draft. So this was announced yesterday. The league said no supplemental draft, no Brendan Sorsby hopping to the NFL through a supplemental draft this summer, guys. He will go into the draft. It's going to have a bunch of names, Mike. Dante Moore, of course, Arch Manning. If he doesn't go back to college, CJ Carr, Darian Mensah. I mean, the list really goes on. Saying Mestamaker, all these guys. So he is now in that crop of guys, Mike. So let's see how Brendan Sorsby plays out. Let's see if his early life mistakes are going to lead his career one way or the other. For his sake, listen, for him being a person, I tend to have his back. I hope he gets a job somewhere, because he's a human, and guess what? He's done this his whole life. He fucked up, made some mistakes. And you know what? So did Jalen Carter. So did a lot of other people. And they got other opportunities at the end of the day. Betting on your own team is never a good thing. Listen, I'm not going to debate that. But at the end of the day, he's a human. I hope he gets his chance. If he makes it, he makes it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I'm always about a fair opportunity for people. But there you go, Mike. He's not. There's not going to be a supplemental draft. He's not going anywhere in the NFL this summer, and he will be involved in a very rich quarterback class of 2027 in the draft.
Yeah, all he had to do was to sit out a year in college and collect his $5 million NIL deal. That's all he had to do. That's what was going to happen to you. You're going to get suspended by the NCAA, and Texas Tech said, we're not going to pull your NIL money. Dude, go collect $5 million. Go gamble to your heart's content, brother, and then come back, see if you can get into the NFL draft. That's all you had to do. Now you may have done fucked up, because now you're talking about potentially suing the NFL, because that's good. That's smart. Let's sue my future employer before I even get
you got to like his the thing is, everybody messes up when they're young. Most people make mistakes, and at the end of the day, we don't all have an opportunity to make $5 million is the worst case scenario. So anyway it goes, just like every other young man that tries to make it in the sport, I wish them all the luck, just not with us. I don't want him here. I've made that very clear all along, Mike. And he will not be here certainly this offseason, as the NFL shuts down the supplemental draft this year. It is not going to happen. Brendan Sorsby will not be a Pittsburgh Steeler. And again, I think there's a couple happy young men on this team. Despite whatever your opinion is, those two young men, I think, should be very happy, just because it's one less hurdle they have to worry about jumping over at this point. So we could go to camp, focus on the backup quarterbacks, that whole situation. So much going on, Mike. Let's get back on the board. And again, this is a lot of shit talking today that we're going to get into. Everybody, Mike, they're just sitting around in the heat thinking about the Steelers, apparently, as Torrey Smith, he jumps out against Big Ben. I have another two coming up here. Let me grab a couple messages before we get into either of them. Let's go right here to, where are we going? Tyrone says, we're good on Sorsby. This class of 2027 is stacked. I want Mavia Mensah or Sellers. Right now but he has more to prove. Inzer Joe says Steelers used to only have a joint practice against either Tampa or Buffalo. I think they play Tampa this season. Maybe McCarthy doesn't want to give away his game. You know what? I thought of that too. Why would you give out anything about your team at this point? If you maybe Mike want to get back to joint practices next year, but at this point, you're the new sheriff in town. Don't give anybody an edge at this point. A lot of times people always said that Tomlin tried to keep things under wraps. You know what? Now wouldn't be a time to change that. You have a new system coming in, keep it under wraps as much as possible. Get out there, make people learn you before they can prepare for you. And again, by that point, you could win a few games. So I don't 100% disagree with that. I don't know if that's the reasoning, Joe, but I agree with what you're saying. Because again, I think that Mike, it can only be beneficial if nobody has any looks at what the Steelers are doing before they actually get out and play this year. Or in the past, it was different for me because, again, it wasn't working. We just continued to do the same thing over and over, and we were still hiding it like we had this big game plan, which we did.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you really show in those joint practices, but you know what? Do them, don't do them. As long as the boys get out healthy, that's all I care about. But I do like to see them beating up other people in the fights that happen in there. I think that's what I'm going to miss is just seeing who's going to be throwing the punches in the fight.
Let's go Tyrone factions or Joe. Glad we not this year. Vegas says I'm glad the NFL said they were going to go out of their way for a gambling addict. Somber says all he had to do was take his licks, and he couldn't do that. Just dug himself deeper. Idiot. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe says this. Sorsby is either going to the UFL or the CFL leagues till he's eligible for the NFL draft. And you know what? I think he would do just fine in those leagues. He'd probably do rather well. Mark Malone says it'd be a hell of a draft to be able to trade up in. Absolutely. Closer to the top of this and that's what's crazy. We want to be good, and I think we're going to be good. But just the Steelers' luck, Mike. It's not going to land us in a good spot. We could do things to move up, but I don't think we're going to land in that great spot.
We could do things. You know, we got a couple numbers that could be traded. 90, 56 can wield some good capital.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I mean, even there's a half dozen of these quarterbacks coming out, Mike. You know, no matter where we are in the first round, unless everybody takes quarterbacks next year, but that's not the case. I mean, there's a few teams that are really needy. There's a few teams out there that are still hunting, but a lot of teams have their QB in place. So if there is the ample quarterbacks that people are saying is going to be coming out in 2027 draft, that shouldn't be too much of a problem.
No. And remember, Kansas City traded up to go get Patrick Mahomes. So they didn't have to tank. They didn't have to finish bad. They were able to move up with a team that was getting ready to explode. They had a lot of talent in place, and they traded up, got him. He sat for a year and a half before he started to play. Steelers, if they want to go that route, can do the same thing because they got a similar style roster to what Kansas City had in right before the Mahomes era really kicked off. So don't have to suck to get your QB. You just got to have a GM that's willing to make a move, and we have a GM who's willing to make
Cody says, this is something that we all know. Cody says, I don't make mistakes. Cody does not make mistakes.
No, he just makes safety presentation examples.
Yes. Steel Loyal says, and just like Sorby, I'm gonna rip this bong. Do it, baby. Do it for the team. Vegas says it'd be hilarious if all the projected first-round quarterbacks suck again this year like they did last year. It's not. I guess it's not out of the question. You know, we thought they were going to be good this year. Let's go to Ty. Ty says Vegas. I don't think so. For real, all these guys are really good. Saying more Manning, Sellers, Mensa, my via car. Yes, absolutely. All the guys for sure. Steel Loyal says, well, there were only like 4 projected first-round quarterbacks last year, and half of them stayed in college. LOL, Mark Malone. I think we're picking around 30. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice spot. You know what that means? Let's go to Vegas. Vegas has trade for Vita V in the middle linebacker from the Colts that led the NFL in tackles. Mark, a JPJ trade would go a long way. Guys, let's get into some more shit talk. This was said from Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon, Mike, these comments from the former wide receiver of the Browns when asked, what was the hardest hit you ever took in the NFL? Let's talk about who he said was the hardest hit, Mike. He said it was, in fact, the James Harrison hit. And, Mike, if you remember the hit, he folded up like he got hit really hard by James Harrison, but apparently his ankle got caught in the grass. And this is what he says, Mike. He says this was the hardest I ever hit was James Harrison. He broke my ankle. He said my cleats got planted in that shit ass turf in Pittsburgh. So there you go, Mike. Yes, it was the hardest he ever got hit in the league, and I remember the hit very well. And I think maybe a couple other guys for Cleveland also remember getting hit by Harrison, Mike. But you know what? Everybody else plays on the shit grass in Pittsburgh, but yet the Browns still complaining about this. Like Josh Gordon, my cleats got planted in that shit ass turf in Pittsburgh.
My man, calm down. You smoked enough weed in your life to not be getting angry at turf, brother. You should have respect for the grass for as much as you smoked in your career and in your life. Come on now, don't disrespect the grass. And you sound like a whiny little bitch. Oh, the turf broke my ankle. Like, no, you got jacked the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what we're not even talking about your stupid ankle. We're talking about the hardest hit ever, you know.
Yeah, it broke my ankle because your ankle got broken because your body took a hit that your body couldn't handle. Your feet just kind of like this, they just stayed there and your body went over. You probably lost consciousness and your body's like, well, what the fuck just happened? And your ankle just snapped. It wasn't because of the turf. There's been plenty of guys that got blown up on that turf that didn't break their ankle. So you're telling me you're that one extreme. You're that one outlier. You're that 0.0001% that it happened to. No, you just got knocked the fuck out.
Get knocked the fuck out.
Is that the one when Ryan Clark came in dancing?
I think.
Yeah.
I just remember the Massaquoi. I can't remember because Massaquoi got knocked out, and then also somebody else. Was that the same game?
Josh
Cribbs.
Yeah, he fucked 3 of them up that year, 2 in one game.
Yinzer Joe, one of them was Massaquoi. They were all huge hits, man. So there you go. I mean, it wasn't real big shit talk, but shit ass turf and Pittsburgh, F you. And finally, Mike, this one here for the shit talk episode or for the shit talk segment of the day, Chris Sims. Now, listen, I don't disagree with Chris Sims is saying. Maybe I just disagree with it being because it's Chris Sims. Chris Sims says this, Mike. He says this, Terry Bradshaw, not a top 10 quarterback of all time, which I agree with. I do agree. Top 10 is very, very elite. However, how many quarterbacks can lead your team to 4 Super Bowls in 6 years? Chris Sims saying he wasn't so relied upon. Of course, the great steel curtain defense, the few players, the offense, Mike, the running game. Terry Bradshaw, not a top 10 quarterback, which I do agree. But to come out to take shots at Terry, I don't even get it. Let the guy win his 4 Super Bowls in 6 years and move along. What's the problem?
Yeah, why did he think he had to come out and say Terry Bradshaw's on the top 10 quarterback? Who the fuck's arguing that? Like, who? Who is arguing that? And to say like he was just a guy on those teams is really fucking disingenuous considering what he was a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. He was a league MVP. Yeah, to say like he was just a guy is very disingenuous and very stupid and very hater. Yeah, it comes across
because
as
Chris Sims had a great quarterback.
That he had a better career than you and your dad combined. He had 2 Hall of Fame wide receivers. You don't get Hall of Fame wide receivers with subpar quarterback play. The man in Super Bowl 13, 318 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, a 119 quarterback rating. Oh, let's go to Super Bowl 10. 9 of 18 for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think he was Super Bowl MVP there. Like, these are the last Super Bowl, 309 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yes, he did throw 3 picks, but still had 101.9 quarterback rating. Like, they don't win those last 2 Super Bowls without him. You can ask anyone on those teams because the defense has started to decline big time. And they said, yeah, the offense, the last 2 Super Bowls are the ones that carried them through the regular season in the playoffs. Terry Bradshaw got better when the lights got bright. The theme of the day, the lights got bright. Terry Bradshaw became a better quarterback. He went
just
from
like Lamar Jackson, right?
completion. Yeah, he's the reverse Lamar. He went from 52% completion percentage in the regular season up to 58. 166 yards to 233 in the playoffs. Are you fucking kidding me? This guy got better as the lights got brighter. Regular season, 1.26 touchdowns per game. Super Bowl, 2.25. The man was
So
clutch.
for one, a couple things here. It's not about him being the top 10 quarterback because he's not. I agree. There's definitely been quarterbacks that have been better quarterbacks. Look at numbers. It's what you do. So at the end of the day, Mike, but this one guy managed to get 4 Super Bowl wins in 6 years. Why you're taking shots at him, Mike? It's just the theme that goes on. If you're a Steeler fan, you always hear somebody bad mouthing your squad. Torrey Smith, nobody cares what Ben says, blah, 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 blah. The Steelers, blah, blah, blah. Then look at Gordon, Mike. He's over here talking about Schittsburg, blah, 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 blah. A matter of fact, let me say this. Not only did Ben have a 19-11 record against the Ravens, Cleveland also talking shit, 26-3 in that period of time. So again, Mike, just a bunch of teams that are, I don't even know the word. It's not even has-beens. It's wannabes, right?
Yeah, wannabe. They literally everyone that we've talked about today are wannabes. Like Chris Sims was a failed quarterback. Is he upset that his dad only won 1 Super Bowl and lost in that workshop? His dad was all right, but
but no, I'm just gonna say I thought Phil Sims was a damn good quarterback, actually winning the Super Bowl back in the '80s. But for Chris,
you want to talk about a guy that was, you want to talk about a quarterback that could be argued was just a guy on a Super Bowl win, it would be Phil Sims. He had that great defense.
Game and Pasadena. It was a good. I think he was even MVP. But anyway, that's really beside the point. I don't care what Chris Sims.
I'm talking shit on the Sims family. You let me talk my shit.
Chris Sims, Mike. Certainly. Again, why?
Why? Like, if you want to talk shit on Terry Bradshaw, talk shit on like how on Fox, like his commentary has turned to the drizzling shits. But you can't say, come on, oh, he's on a top 10 quarterback. No one said he is, but look at him in the Super Bowl and then tell me he's not a top 10 quarterback in the Super Bowl era of playing in the Super Bowl. Like, he's one of the best, 4-0 in the Super Bowl, the first to win 2, the first to win back-to-back Super Bowls, the first to win 4 Super Bowls. Yeah, he sucked. Get the fuck out of here.
But the Giants were a really good team in the late 80s. They really were, Mike. I don't think you're getting enough credit, but I do know that Chris.
Oh, no, they do. I know, like, Phil Sims had, like, one of the best Super Bowls, like, where he, like, what, one incompletion or some shit like that. He was beastly.
So, again, I mean, it's not Phil. Phil has nothing to do with this. Chris Sims was a terrible quarterback. He couldn't do anything in his career. He didn't make it. So now he's telling us how bad other quarterbacks are.
He's going to talk shit on my quarterback.
This is the theme of the day, guys. So we're going to talk some shit today. And, boy, we do have some more shit talking to get into. So I want to get into all that and so much more, Mike, as we're coming up on halftime of this show, believe it or not. So let me grab a few more messages here before we do scoot along. Let's go here to, where are we? Mark, we can call it. We can. It's called First, High Smith, and maybe Third, 2028. Vegas, it'll be hilarious if all the. Okay, we did get that far. I'm just going to kind of jump down. I apologize, guys, if I'm missing a few. I'm going to go right here because I see hearts. I'm going to go to Lindsay and say, what's up, Lindsay? Always great seeing you on the Terrible Board. Welcome back today. How you doing? Sommer says, we'll check back around mid-college football season. Projections are exactly that. You're right. Mm-hmm. Let's scoot down just a little bit further. Again, just trying to buy some time here. Let's go, Cody. Cody says, I messed up that safety test on purpose. They've been playing that video since the Steel Curtain. My daddy watched that video in his 20s.
Your dad was probably the reason they had to have the safety video. Runs in the family, Cody.
I see Cody as a fired on my day off kind of guy. I don't know.
Just, yes.
Hey, you gonna get fired on your day off.
And then coming in the next day, be like, hey, guys, what's up?
Yes, right.
Like nothing happened.
Let's go a couple more here. Channeling his inner Johnson. Green Bay Super Bowl wins. All right, Mike, couple more things on offense, but we do have to switch things over to defense, as there was a lot of shit talk in the first hour of the show today, as everyone seems to be teeing off on the Steelers off field. Let's see where they're at when it comes time to play us on field. Guys, offense talk. Let's talk about this, Mike. Let's talk about speculation the other day. Now, of course, over the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about Baker Mayfield, the Tampa Bay's having issues not getting him signed, blah, blah, blah. He could be eligible. He could be a Steeler next year. He could go here. Mike, here's another one. Another name that popped up over the past couple of days is a possible rumor to be the Steelers quarterback of the future. You may have seen this. You may not have. However, it is pure speculation. Mike, how about the guy over in Philadelphia as a possibility as a quarterback moving forward for the Steelers? I don't like it. I'm just going to come right out from the
I
gate and
don't
say it.
either. I don't either. He's one of those guys, like, he does get better as like the further along the season goes, like playoff Super Bowls. I thought he played great in their loss and played also great in their win, but I am not a Jalen Hurts fan. Whenever you cause one of your receivers to openly read a self-help book on the sidelines, yeah, that's telling me one, my receiver's a bit of a head case, and two, that my quarterback can't get on the ball. And just watching him play, God, no. I don't want anything to do with a Jalen Hurts.
So again, that is something that you'll be hearing off and on. It's rumors. Again, as they do fly all off season. Mike Baker Mayfield last week was the name. This week it seems like Jalen Hurts be the name. But again, we have a lot of things coming up with our Steelers, as we have guys already working to try to fight for the job. We have a big draft, a big quarterback draft coming up in 2027. So again, I'm not a big Jalen Hurts guy. I've never been. Mike, prior to him winning the Super Bowl, while winning the Super Bowl, and now after winning the Super Bowl, I'm just not a Jalen Hurts guy. There's a lot to be desired for Jalen Hurts. And I think if they don't have a lot of the things going on that they have going on as a team with Philadelphia, I don't think he's having all the success that he's having, Mike. I think that he's a product of being part of a really good really well put together team, Mike. And it's the same exact formula that the Steelers are using to build their team.
Yeah, but I want a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Like, I trust Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl more than I do the regular season, but I have to trust him to get me there, and I don't trust him to get me there consistently.
Let me grab a couple here. Vegas is stealing boxes. Sommer says, "What you stealing boxes for? You trying to build a clubhouse?" One of my favorite movies of all time, without a doubt. I know I say some movies are my top, some movies are my favorite. Friday is a top 3, easy, hands down. If you paid me $1 million to tell you a top movie right now, it would be certainly Friday for sure. Somber says, "Fuck no, Hurts can go somewhere else." I agree. I'm not a big Hurts guy. Let's go to Lindsay. I don't know about Hurts. Lindsay says he could stay on his side of PA. And the thing is, like, there's just, again, so much more I'd like to see from him as a quarterback. He's part of a really good team. He's part of a really good team. I got to give it to Philly again. Like, they weren't always like this. The 1900s, they weren't really any good. They lost in the Super Bowl to the Raiders in the early 80s, and then you didn't hear from them again until the early 2000s when Andy Reid came in and took over. So never been a big Eagles fan. He could stay over there. And again, I'm giving them a little bit of credit. So, yeah.
Yeah, like the team Howie Roseman built over there was like kind of like what we're doing over here, almost quarterback proof.
Yeah.
Don't do anything stupid and let the playmakers do what they need to do. But hey, when called upon, make the play for us. And that's what Jalen Hurts does. He does it well, but I don't trust him enough here. I wouldn't trust him enough here. From afar, I appreciate what he's doing, but I don't want him up close. Kind of like Drew Aller. I wanted him to go succeed. I didn't want him here.
Let's talk about right here. Sommer says Hurts should have been a tight end. Steel Loyal says Baker better than Hurts. The thing is, he's just more competitive. Yes, I agree. The one guy won the Super Bowl and the other guy didn't. There's just something about Hurts, Mike, that, again, put him in a team that's not as well built. I don't think he gets the success where I think somebody that has the competitive fire like Baker could go into a team that's not as good and get better results. Again, that's just me. I could be wrong.
Like I saw Baker play some really good football in Cleveland.
I agree.
And
he didn't have AJ Brown, and he didn't have everybody that Saquon Barkley. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think Hurts could have done that in Cleveland. What Baker did.
No. Exactly, because he had all the weapons that I just mentioned. So again, I agree with you 100%. Let's go here, Lindsay. I would take Baker. I just don't think that will happen. Steele says no. I'm just saying Baker's better, and Lindsay agrees. Let's stick on the offense, Mike, because we got 2 more topics, and then we're going to halftime, and then into the second half, which today is defense. My couple of topics that I do want to hit real quick here. Charlie Batch saying is our offensive line is our most concerning group. Do you agree with him? I, for one, think that it's the inside linebacker group, but Mike, Charlie Batch thinks it is the offensive line that is the most concerning group for the Steelers.
Charlie, is your better judgment in the same room with Aaron Rodgers' $30 million? Because I'm sorry, I'm more concerned about the inside backers than the O-line. I know at least 3/5 of that O line I don't have to worry about. And
But is that the problem?
Dylan
Like,
Cook looks
because
serviceable, and Hoffman
because
like,
it
I'm
is
not a
only
big fan.
3 fifths. So listen. I don't think it's a terrible take because you kind of answered the argument. You said 3 fifths. Well, what about the other 2 fifths? We have no idea. The fact of the matter is, it could go bad. And perhaps this is where he's coming from because we don't have a definitive answer at those positions. We like Max. We like, whatever we're going to do at the right guard. But at the end of the day, it's not a stupid take because, again, we don't know what the offensive line will look like. Everybody that started on one side is going to be on the other side and rookies on the right-hand side. So, again, I don't agree with what he's saying. I think it's the inside linebackers.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he's way off either. At this point,
I like our center through left is good. Dylan Cook proved he's an NFL player. So you plug him in at right tackle, then the only concern you have is your right guard. So you're going to be playing Brock Hoffman, who's had some success down in Dallas, or Spencer Anderson, who had when the handful of times he fielded last year showed some potential to be an okay NFL lineman, and that's not a bad O-line if we have to go that way to start the season. Like, I'd be more comfortable with that O-line than a lot of teams' O-lines because I know my strong side, my left side is safe. I know my right tackle is able to handle himself against some of the best edge rushers in the NFL on the left side. I think he's going to be able to handle some of the guys a tier or two down on the right side. So my only question mark would be right guard. And my right guards have a couple guys who have NFL playing experience, and so I'm not that shaky with them. Whereas my inside backers, I don't know who I'm getting from game to game, from drive to drive, from play to play sometimes with that inside backer core. So I think Charlie was a bit off the mark on that one.
And I do know, Mike, I'm seeing all over the place, whether it becomes a thing or not. I don't think that it happens till after next season. People are saying that Patrick Queen is a cut candidate at this point, which I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think there's literally anybody to fill the spot until let's just say that Patrick Queen doesn't. Let's say he gets cut, which it's not going to happen. Now you have the burden of finding who's going to play that position and play it at least as well as Patrick Queen did. Again, just more off-season speculation, Mike, as he's one of the names that, of course, might be cut when it's all said and done. But I think we're going to get to some funnier things in this matter here in just a second, Mike. But Patrick Queen,
a cut candidate this year.
That's the word. That's
how deep into the offseason and having zero creative bone in your body do you have to go to be put up? No, they're going to cut Patrick Queen. How fucking stupid and lazy,
and especially with
you have to be in our field to come up with something like that.
And especially with Malik Harrison and Cole Holcomb being your backups.
And we didn't draft anyone.
Right.
Like, how? Like, we're going to eat that cap hit this year when next year he's free and clear. If he walks away and goes somewhere else, we're eligible for a comp pick for him. So we might be getting a 3rd to a 4th round pick. How fucking dumb do you have to
be?
Mike,
so you have more than likely Queen leaving this year. Also, Benton is, again, who knows if he doesn't get this contract taken care of this year, he could be on his way out next year. So it could be a very interesting what the quarterback situation is going to be, and what are we going to do to shore up this middle of the defense? You'll have almost a 40-year-old defensive tackle after this season. You'll have Benton again, who can certainly go get a nice paycheck somewhere else, I'm sure. And Patrick Queen is another one that, again, obviously I can't imagine anything would happen where he wouldn't make the team this year. But again, that middle of the defense is going to be certainly something to pay attention to as we flip the calendar into the next season. Like,
that I look for draft capital to be spent on D-line again and linebacker.
Absolutely.
And like maybe 1 or 2 free agents, probably at least 2, 1 for each unit as well. But draft capital definitely be spent right there, and I'm okay with that because you'd be rounding out that D-line again, O-line, D-line before we start. And now you have your team set. You can start, hey, let's go get maybe a 1st round linebacker to put in there to just be a beast. And that's in a damn good position to be in.
Let's take a look right here. Let's go to Cody. Cody says, lies, Mike. You love Drew Aller. He throws good passes in the right moments. Steel Loyal says, Charlie Batch, the king of great takes. The king of great takes. Somber says, this maybe he chosen the wrong word. Unproven. leads to concern, I guess. Let's go to Cody. Cody says safeties are always the biggest concern. We are one injury away from being screwed. Let's go to Steel Loyal. Not Cody. We got Savage. Steel Loyal. You got to get his jersey. Mark Malone says, I am super confident in the offensive line. Don't even need the Krylon to see that they're going to kick ass this year. Tyrone says, Mark, the right side has me a little worried, depending. And that's where I'm at, Ty. Again, I understand the argument. But to say it's the most concerning of the group, I don't agree with that. Let's go to Mark. Mark says, pretty sure Dunker and IMAX going to make an easy decision. Cody says this, we're going to keep Patrick Queen. If you were going to replace him, it would have been done in the past. I agree. He's not going to be cut by the end of this camp. It's just not going to happen, Mike. But let's get halftime ready as we're going to take just a short break. It's just under a minute. But I always got to get the blood reamped and get the blood going, Mike, as we get ready to get into the defense in the second half of the show today. Mike, go ahead and set up halftime. Cody says this. I do got it. There we go. There she is. There's my girl, Sophie Cunningham. Look at this. There she's coming into the game before the game. She comes in and they take pictures of her. Guys, come on. Sophie, come on. I'm just saying. There you go. That's the halftime to get the blood going. Let's get back into it, guys. Let's get on the defensive side of the ball. Mike, Sophie Cunningham, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell are you? What the hell are you doing?
No, I was too busy watching her leg muscles shake and jiggle and just imagining them right here.
Yeah. I always wanted a real tall chick like that. She's only 6'1", so I mean it isn't real tall. She's tall, but compared to myself, she's not. Let's go right here back to the board. Chrysophus always Steel Loyal says that's a lot of woman. Cody says, damn, tell her about me. Let's go to Chris. Chris says this, our defensive line is going to keep our linebackers clean with Sebastian Joseph Day and Gabe Rubio at nose tackle. I hope you're right. I do want to say what's up, Chris. Welcome back, brother. Always great seeing you, my man. Hope you had a good day. Nice having you back on the show. Nice having you back on the board. Definitely the best part of the NBA, Mark. I couldn't agree more. Let's get to some defense talk, shall we? Cody says, tell her I'll ruin her life.
I'll ruin her life.
Let's get into some defense, Mike. Let me just take a quick look here what we're possibly looking at. Joe Hayden says this, Mike. He says the best for JPJ is yet to come. Mike, here's the thing about JPJ and the comment that, of course, Joe Hayden made. You know what? I agree with that 100% because in the first couple of years, basically you've had him improving. You had him, cutting the penalties down. You've had him, just the tackling issue, Mike. I thought season 1 was a disaster, but now that he's cleaned up the things that he had to clean up, and now he can focus more on just, sharpening his skills moving forward. I couldn't agree more. I think JPJ's best days are yet to come. I think we're going to see a really great year this year, Mike. Maybe, at some point he has to let up a touchdown, right? At some point.
At some point, it's going to happen.
But I think in other areas, he's still going to continue to improve because he's still very young. Mike, he's not even through his first contract yet in the NFL. And again, never letting up a touchdown. I mean, all the great things we say about him, it's nothing strange to us here on the show. But Mike, I agree. I think his best days are still ahead, and that's kind of scary and good if you're a Steeler fan.
Oh yeah, it's scary and good. It's scary for the rest of the NFL. If his truly are the best days of PZ Jr. ahead, and it's gonna be great for us to watch. I hope we get him locked up and signed up because he is just going to carry this team or carry this defense in for the foreseeable future. It's going to be a fun transformation to watch him come from a rookie to being probably a top 2 or 3 corner in the NFL. I can't wait for it to happen. I can't wait to see it happen.
Again, Mike, if he, like I said, he cut down all the stuff that he needed to cut down on.
Yes.
That he needed to work. So now it's about defining the skills and becoming, a better CB. And if that's what he works on moving forward, again, the ceiling seems to be the sky seems to be the limit for the guy. So just very interested, Mike. And again, Joe Hayden knows a little bit about playing that position, actually doing it very well. And again, very encouraging again to hear Mr. Joe Hayden say that. Let me grab a few messages as we're about to get into some defense here. Let's go. Steel Loyal says, so tall, she got to lay down to give me head. That's right, baby. Ty says, number 24 is the GOAT all day. Cody says, Joe Hayden reminds me how zero for him holes. Not sure what he's saying.
Oh, it's a character from the movie Holes.
What's that?
It was a Shia LaBeouf movie back in the day.
Okay. Steel Loyal says, no, he's going to go through his whole career and never give up a touchdown. Can you imagine that? They'll still be Yinz will still be giving Tyrone shit on the board. Trade JPJ. JPJ isn't a top 5 guy. All that is, I'm sure, of JPJ does never give up a touchdown in his career. Let's continue. Let's go right here. Mark Maloney's raised his trade value. Christopher says the problem with our linebackers is going to be covering tight ends. Absolutely. Let's see if Patrick Graham can change the flow there, because again, this has always been a problem, Mike, covering the tight ends. And again, it's been a Steeler problem, but new coaches, new system, new defensive coordinator, new defense. Let's see if that changes.
It should change. It better change.
Ty says Mark, he raised his money talk. Steelers, Shiki baby. He says sorry for being late. You're all good, brother. Great to see you back. Iron Sheik, Steelwood Savage number 31, Steel Loyal Singh. Guys, let's talk some more defense, shall we? This name, Mike, right here, speaking of things that former Steelers have said, we talked about some things that people said about the Steelers. Now, Charlie Batch making his comment, of course, being a former Steeler, Mike, Trey Essex, this is one of the smarter things that I think that came out of his mouth in a long time. Of course, you do battle with Trey Essex on X. Sometimes I think it's kind of funny, Mike, but right here, Trey Essex says this. I think we should kick the tires on a man named Bobby Wagner. Mike, I love the Bobby Wagner idea. Talking about this inside linebacker room situation, talking about possibly having depth pieces. Let me put it to you this way. Let's say Patrick Queen goes down with an injury this year.
Yeah.
So now you're going to have Peyton Wilson, and then you're going to have either Malik Harrison or Cole Holcomb.
Yeah.
Trying to be that guy. Why wouldn't you just go after somebody like this? Get a Bobby Wagner, get a thumper to have in the middle, Mike, just as depth at this point in the game. I agree with Trey Essex, your buddy, 100%. Let's kick the tires on this guy. He's still tackling up, getting 1 million tackles a year.
Yeah, I have no problem with taking a look at him, see if you can get him here. He's not going to ask for a lot of money. He is going towards the end of his career. You're not going to ask him to be Bobby Wagner. We're just going to ask him to come in here, be a part of this defense, be a rotational piece, or like, hey, if one of the top 2 guys isn't up to stuff, go in and be a starter. You're not going to have to be the guy, because there's going to be someone next to you. You're not going to be that sideline to sideline guy. Just worry about half the field. Worry about what you do best. I have no problem with kicking the tires on Bobby Wagner. You and I, for years now, every time he's come available, why not Bobby Wagner? Why not take a look, see what the guy has, and he's still putting up good numbers. If you can get something out of him, great. If you bring him in and you find out there's nothing there, okay, you let him go, and no harm, no foul.
I'm all aboard. I'm all about Bobby Wagner. I've been all about Bobby. I thought I liked him when he was in Seattle, and then he went to Washington. And now that he's possibly available, or he is available, he's a free agent. Like, I would love to have him as part of my depth on this inside linebacker core, because again, at the end of the day, Mike, I think this is probably I agree with what Chris is saying. I think the defensive line is looking good as far as Derek Harmon goes. He could take a monster leap this year, and everything everybody is kind of expecting and hoping for him to do that. But at the end of the day, you do still have a guy that's pushing 40 on that defensive line. You still do have a very thin inside linebacker room. So again, having a guy like him, having a guy like even a Landon Robert, I wouldn't mind having him back. As a matter of fact, I would love to have a Landon back. I just think these guys would be smart pieces to have in the middle of that defense. And again, for his age, Mike, and where he's at in his career, he might not have a problem coming in and playing that role, being the guy that it's not all about you in the middle of that defense. And I think he could be perfect for that on this team.
Yeah, he'd be perfect too. And just come in and be a leader too. Like, you don't have to, like, we're not counting on you to, get 190 tackles. Just come in, whenever we need you, come in, make a play, and then get off the field. You're not going to be an every down backer anywhere. You'll be a situational type player, rotational piece, and I think it would be awesome to have.
I agree. Let's grab some board here. Steel Loyal says yes, yes, and fuck yes. Give me some Bobby. I do want to say Lindsay. I don't know if you caught Tater on your way in, but Tater was here. I don't know where he went.
Oh, she probably saw him. They probably exchanged knowing glances and looks.
That's why we're not hearing from either of them anymore. I'm seeing.
Hey, the couches are rocking.
That's right. Christopher says Derek Harmon is going to make a monster leap this year. He looks great. I agree. And the thing is, I hope he does, and I think that he will. Great pick for us last year. Cody says, Tyrone, what up? Don't even hit me up no mo. Cody says, I still be sending them snaps, though. Let's go to Ty. Ty says, you don't hit me up at all. I've been in the group chat all the time. You don't even say none. Shake my head. Diabolical Cody. Let's see. Cody loves basketball, I'm seeing. We talked about basketball one night. Cody Still Loyal says, because the draft was on. Cody says, I got in a relationship lately. No more savage shit. Laugh my ass off. Yeah, Mark, where is Tater? Where is Tater anyway? Let's go here to Cody. Cody says, Steel boo. Cody says, this also basketball draft is the Cleveland Browns of the sports events. Lindsay says, couch is not rocking, Mike and Ryan. Let's go here to Steel. Yeah, Cody loves basketball. And finally, Tyrone. Where did it go? Moved on me, huh? Tyrone says, right, Cody, you only send that one video with that girl and says it's Lindsay, which is true. Lindsay says, leave me out of it. Let's get back to this defense, Mike. Talk a little bit, of course, about our D.
Oh, talking about our Ds.
But you know what I want to do? I want to talk about a couple of things first. Because I didn't bring it up while we were talking about offense, just because it was kind of a category of its own. So let's do this real quick here, guys. Steel Loyal says I can talk about my D all day. Mine would be a very short conversation, but hey, what are you going to do? Guys, this real quick here, Mike. Now, some of the comments by this particular very fat man in Pittsburgh who works in our sports, he made a couple comments over the past couple of days. And again, this first one has something to do with offense, which we did touch in the first half, Mike. But this is just something interesting that the fat man comments made. He says this, Mike, he predicts that Will Howard is going to be the odd man out. Will Howard is going to be the odd man out and will be cut by the end of camp, is what the fat man is predicting here in Pittsburgh. Will Howard is going to be the odd man out and will be cut by the end of camp. Mike, what is your thought?
So coming from this guy, there's a 70% chance that will not happen. Like, I'm already going to put money on that. Will Howard will make the team. You know, it's just, I don't know. This guy is a big time Mason Rudolph fan. Almost loves him as much as Mark Malone loves Mason Rudolph. So you got to take stuff like that with a grain of salt. I don't know if the Steelers are going to be that quick to give up on a 6th-round pick after a year that you haven't even seen him play. Like, yeah, it wasn't a McCarthy pick, but Omar Coleman, like, hey, let's develop both of these guys.
This is the guy that gets paid money to give Pat McAfee information. And guys, I just, again, like, I don't get it. I mean, okay, it's an off season. It's a hot take. You know, everybody's going to talk about him. And I think ultimately that's what it comes down to is people are talking about him with him. That's just, kind of how he rolls. But at the end of the day, Mike, I think that's a terrible take, saying Will Howard is going to be the odd man out and he will be the one cut by the end of camp.
It's just wild and crazy. I don't think he's going to be cut. Of course, this is the same guy that was just on the radio doing another one of our bits saying Drew Aller is head and shoulders better than Sorsby, which we said on June 16th over a week ago. Just saying, take what this guy says with a grain of salt. Because if he ain't stealing our shit, he's just talking out of his ass.
Here's one for you. I didn't really even want to get into this, but today is kind of a shit talking day. It's hump day. Let's talk about this for a minute, Mike. This is something that I made a point to do it this way because I needed it to be. I needed it to be observed what I was saying. Mm-hmm. And last week I made a point to say this while all this conversation was going on about the Will Howards and the Drew Allers and who's done better, who's looking good. And I said this, Mike. I use these exact words. I said this verbatim. I said, I continued on in this manner. I said, I don't usually use the word hate, but I hate the fact that people are debating Drew Aller versus Will Howard at this point without these guys getting out there in camp and competing through camp, without seeing these guys play in preseason. Do you remember this conversation? I literally used the word hate because I wanted it to be remembered. Okay? This is when all the buzz. Who is it? Is it Drew? Will Howard's got the advantage. Drew Howard's been handpicked by the coach. Who's going to be the And I said, I hate this. And again, I specifically said it for that reason. I used it as a trap because now this is what I read on one of these Steeler local pages, Mike. This was 2 days ago. Yes, Monday night. Stop judging rookie quarterbacks before they've played a snap. That wasn't anything that anybody in this town was talking about last week, was it? And I made it very, very clear, Mike. I said, I hate this. I want to see these guys play in preseason. They have to compete. Yes, they did a little OTAs. Yes, they did a little, but it's two different levels. One guy's a rookie, the second's a second-year guy. There are two different platforms at this point, Mike. And this is the talk now here in Pittsburgh. Stop judging rookie quarterbacks before they've played a snap. Like, I could swear last week they were continuously telling me who the better option was.
Yes. Every outlet had this guy's better, no, this guy's better, no, this guy's better, no, that guy's better. Oh, how can
all of a sudden
we were the ones, you were the ones saying, I hate when they do this. I'm the one, I was saying something like, what? They probably each have their own developmental path that the coaching staffs are going to look for. It is just comical. Watch us, and then a week or two later, go watch everyone else.
Yeah, watch us.
You hear what we said.
And then next week, go watch them, and you can watch our show all over again.
Yeah.
People are saying, no, what do you got? No, fucking don't take my word. Do it. Go listen to them. And I promise you, you'll hear this show next week with our takes will be their new takes.
Mm-hmm. But, the fat man is saying Aller's better than on June 16th. We talked about the whole Sorsby thing, and I had the broken down thing of like who was the better prospect coming in out of college. We had a whole segment on it a week ago.
Yeah. So anyway, I just thought that these were funny. Again, the fat man. I got another one for you. You want another one? You know what? You want another you want another fat man blunder?
Yeah.
This is top take, guys. Top take. You might want to be sitting down. The fat man also says this, Mike, about the Steelers. His prediction. He gives his prediction on the Steelers this year. You ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Big paid guy, works with McAfee. People tune to him for his wisdom of the Steelers. Mike, this is what the fat man says in the past 24 hours about his prediction for this year's Steelers. He says this year is going to be great or it's going to be a shit show.
Expert analysis.
It's going to be great or it's going to be a shit season. I'm sorry. A shit season is what the fat man is saying, Mike. One more time. On his opinion on how this season's going to go for the Steelers, the fat man says it's either going to be great or it's going to be a shit season, end quote. There you go.
Exactly, Lindsay.
Tune into his show next week to get our latest takes on everything. And again, I'm not patting myself on the back. I understand where we are in the game. I get it. I'm just saying. Tune into their shows next week and find out what they're talking about. I promise you. I'm just saying. Let's get back on the board, guys, because everybody knows this is where the bread, the butter, the love, everything right here on the terrible board. Nobody I'd rather talk Pittsburgh Steelers within our terrible board. As always, let's go right here to yes, absolutely. Still, that's who the person was. Happy for you, Cody. By the way, guess what, guys? I met a girl and she's a Steeler fan. And guess what her favorite player is? Guess what her favorite player is, right? I'm like, who? Who's her favorite player? Steel Loyal? Mike? What are you guessing?
I kind of I didn't hear the question, so I was just
Okay.
kind of stalling. My bad.
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm just waiting for it to see what his answer is. Tyrone met a chick, and I do want to know who her favorite player is.
Oh,
Steel Loyal. Steel Loyal says this. Steel Loyal says had to test it. LOL. Shiki baby. Shiki says this very stupid design. Howard better than Mason and Aller. Let's go to Steeler Chic. I watched him with Ohio State for many, many times. Tyrone says A-Rod quarterback 1, Howard quarterback 2, Aller quarterback 3. Let's go here. Lindsay, she says, I'm excited to see. I am too. I'm excited to see both of these kids. Well, this is what we're working with right now. This is our squad. You got to be, and again, to make all these, again, the reason I made the comment that I made last week, Mike, is because, again, as far as competing head to head, they haven't done it yet.
yeah.
And Will Howard, Mike, he didn't play any last year. He was injured very early in camp. And so, again, I understand it's for the stories for your shows and everything. But at the end of the day, there's really nothing to go on. There really isn't.
In one of them, they are literally tearing down every aspect of how they play quarterback to build them back up.
Yeah.
And to try and compare those two, you can't. Like one, they're rebuilding. One, they're fine tuning. It's like, oh, I got my race car. It's all ready to go. Oh, your engine's still on the blocks. Well, we're gonna race, buddy. Let's see who wins. Like, no, you can't do that. It's not a competition. It's a let's see how they develop. There's not an open competition between the two. It's we want to see them develop, hit their milestones where we want them to hit their milestones. If there's any competition, it's probably going to be between Howard and Rudolph, not between the two young quarterbacks.
Tyrone says an Aller, right, Lindsay? Lindsay says absolutely not. We traded George Pickens for Aller. Shaking my head. Excuse me. Christopher says this. Peyton Wilson will make a leap. Also, can't wait to see him make more tackles for losses in the truck. And you know what? I like him too. Don't get me wrong. He's a baller. I recognize that about Peyton. But again, at the end of the day, I want to see an improvement this year because again, you're the guy in the middle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's say that Patrick Queen can't get it done, or Patrick Queen does leave next year. I mean, Peyton Wilson's he'll be the one remaining in the middle. So I want to just continue to see him improve as time goes on. Again, I recognize he's a baller. He's a gamer. He's all over the place. He's intercepting the ball off of a guy's head down the sideline. I mean, he does a lot. I understand, and I do get that. I just really feel that there's a thumper. We're missing a thumper. There's a thumper that's out there that we need for the middle, and I just think that we could certainly use that depth right now with where we're at. Mark Malone says the fat man knows QBs. I mean, apparently. Let's go to Mark. Mark also says this Magnum's arm is not to be fucked with. Cody says I hate motherfuckers in general. Yeah, I mean, Lindsay. Oh wow, what a great take. That's what he does, and that's and again, this show isn't to shit on anybody. I mean, every now and then it could be the theme of this show, but at the end of the day, I don't wake up and think, you know what, I got to shit on this guy because I don't. I just don't. It's just such ridiculousness that we have to bring it up. And again, sometimes to make the point, because again, believe me, this show is going to be on their show next week. And they think that they could get away with it because they have the size, the resources, but we're on to you. We are on to you. Let's move along. Let's go to right here. Steel Loyal says better off saying I don't know. No, he says it's either going to be great or it's going to be a shit show. Let's go. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Tortilla says Kabuli eats his ravioli off of his rolls.
Oh.
Lindsay says this dumbest shit over. Ty says Tortilla bang Kabuli's mother. Somber says the fuck did I come to? LOL. Tyrone said it almost killed him. Wrecked him. Damn near killed him. Let's go here to Cody. Cody says Tyrone Christian Gonzalez. Ty says JBJ, her favorite player. No BS. Things been going smooth so far, though. Lindsay said, I had to calm down and not fall in love yet. My man, look at you, huh? You met you a JPJ fan? That's the best case. You might want to marry her.
I'm going to say, you said you don't want to fall in love yet, but brother, there's signs. The universe is speaking to you.
I like it. I like it a lot. Cody F off is what Ty is saying. Christopher says Mason Rudolph is trade bait. We are not going to. You know what? It's interesting to see how this plays out, Chris. I would think that Rudy would be on his way out. In my honest opinion, you have two young guys. Just at this point, that's where I would be too, Chris, if I was to make that prediction. Somber says, little do they know we have the size. And let's see right here. Lindsay says, Mike, here's kind of something a little off topic that I don't know anything about. Maybe you guys could help me out on the terrible board. What is this Netflix show? This Outlast the Jungle. Anybody hear of this? I just read this headline this morning. Former Steelers tight end on Netflix reality show Outlast the Jungle. Apparently Wesley Saunders, Mike, who was here, or Sanders, was here right around 2011. Wasn't here too long. He had some issues. I think there was a couple drug issues while he was in the league, but it was not around that long. But apparently people were talking about this, Mike, this show on Netflix. Lindsay says, me either. Okay, I just clicked right here. Mike, Steelers former tight end on Netflix reality show Outlast the Jungle. Wesley Sanders, Mike.
Let's see. I'm just going to read an overview of what I just found. 16 strangers are dropped in the harsh Panamanian rainforest and forced to battle the elements and each other for $1 million.
So there you go. Again, if you want to watch a former Steeler on Netflix, apparently it's good. People were talking about it on Netflix, Mike. Netflix former Steelers tight end stars on Netflix reality show Outlast the Jungle. Wesley Saunders, Mike, you just said what it was about. I don't know. I don't really get into these shows that much with the reality shows, and I just don't. What's the big one? Survivor. You get into these shows?
Well, fuck no.
I don't know. So go check that out. Former Steeler, right there on Netflix. Let's grab a couple messages. Tyrone says, what I'm saying, Mike, and she's blonde and hot. I like this a lot.
Does she have a sister that is attracted to failed, fat, middle-aged, bald white guys? Just saying. Asking for a friend.
Where'd you, man? I'm happy for you. Is she coming to camp with you? That's awesome.
If so, man, we'll have to keep Thunder at bay.
I definitely. Let's go right here. Let's go to Steel. Steel says, I'm not seeing half these comments. LOL. Shit. Lindsay says, me either. Still, I just clicked out. Somber says, $1 million, Dr. Evil Pinky. Christopher says, Tomlin held our quarterbacks back, not letting them throw in the middle of the field. All Yinzers know this. Tyrone says, I got you, bro. You know what? I don't know. I don't know.
Oh God. Oh, you're wavering. You're waffling.
I don't want to.
You trying to piss me off?
Well, I know that it will, so I'm just really debating. I really have to watch myself with you.
What did I do?
Yeah, you get crabby, and you get what's the word I'm looking? What's the word I'm talking about? You get sensitive sometimes. So I have to really watch myself because I don't want you to get all wound up and everything. I don't know. Maybe I'll reserve my thought until tomorrow. I don't know. Let me get back to the board. Cody says, Mike, when I go to the game, I'll buy you a girlfriend. There you go.
Go buy me a girlfriend.
I want one. I do. Who wants a mustache ride? Yeah, chat is bugged for me. I don't know what's going on with that. Cody says, talk about Deontay. I just know Mike. I just can't. I don't have the energy today.
Neither do I.
Plus you worked last night, and on days that you work, you're extra crabby and sensitive.
Yeah, I'm like really crabby. I'm not really crabby today. I'm just really tired today. You know what, my guy? You can bring it up, my guy.
No, I can't. Because you get weird. Because then your eyebrows go to the top of your forehead, and then you're like, oh, and then I can't. Right? I just can't. I can't. Ty says this not wide receiver. Just met her like a few days ago. Just getting to know each other. If things go well, I'll definitely go to a game with her. That's awesome, man. You really gonna get Mike your girlfriend?
Hell yeah, boys.
Remember when you were who's that one girl? Well, this one time, me and Mike went to do a live host. We went to host this rap show, as a matter of fact, in Joe Namath's stomping grounds of Beaver Falls. And Mike, he just shows up out of nowhere with some chick. Whatever happened to her? Was this a girlfriend? What was that all about anyway?
You know.
One day she was there, next day she was gone forever.
It is what it is. Yeah.
What was
you
that?
know how Mike? You know how Mike and Vanilla Thunder roll.
Cody says Mike works graveyard at Penn State. So there you go, guys. That's a lot of what's going on today. A lot of shit talk. Let me just kind of walk through this a little bit before we. I guess it's still pretty early, Mike. I kind of looked at the clock. I thought we were a little further along than we were. I apologize. A few things before we do move forward, though. It is the 24th. It is the 24th of June, guys, and you do realize that on the 27th of July, just a little over the month away, Mike, they are going to be showing up at St. Vincent College in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Not just the players, but everybody, Mike. A lot of fans coming from all over the world. I know that Chris is coming up from Florida. I know that Steele is coming up from Carolina. I do know that Ty, he's making the trek over from the western part of Ohio. I know Christine was talking about coming up from Kentucky. So, Mike, it's not just big for the Steelers. It's big for the fans. On the 27th, they will start showing up at Latrobe. On the 28th, they will start practice officially. On the 3rd of August, it will be the first day of pads. On the 8th of August, it is going to be Saturday Night Lights, Mike. Saturday Night Lights, all new under Coach Mack. And then again on the 17th, August 17th, they will wrap up camp in its entirety. And I think that all plays into the preseason. I think preseason, they play a game and then it goes into the last few days of camp or whatever it is, Mike. Any way you slice it, the end of the week, it's going to be the 27th here into the weekend, and that means 1 month away. And then there's no stopping us. Pittsburgh Steelers football is going to go for months and months and months, all the way through mid-February if everything goes right.
Yeah, hopefully it does go right, and we are talking Steeler football well into February. If that happens, I will be elated, and I will definitely wear 2 of Derpy's bras on my head.
I would like to see that, Mike, and also in the shower cap as well, right? For the
not doing the shower cap, I do the bras, not the shower caps.
So you're gonna wear why not shower? No, that's the deal. The shower cap is what they wear on their helmets, so you have to wear a shower cap.
No, I want Derpy's titty residue.
Okay, for
right
one,
on my head.
Just stop. Let's be real for a second. Where are you gonna get a Derpy bra for one?
You're the one who said I was going to have to wear Derpy's bra.
No, I said you're going to wear a shower cap on your head. You dunce.
Earlier today, you said Derpy's bra on my head.
I wasn't paying attention. I probably answered something. that I wasn't listening to. But we do know that the shower cap, because that is what it looks like they wear on their head with the helmets now.
I know what you're talking about. I vetoed that in favor of the
no veto. There's no veto power. You got to do the shower cap. Listen, you can wear bras, as many bras as you want from your head, but I don't know how you're going to find a bra from Derpy. He don't wear bras. We've seen that.
Yeah, unfortunately. You never know. Maybe he was relaxing after a long day of doing whatever Derpy does to go on vacation.
Let's go right here to Ty. Ty says, hell yeah, I got Mike back, Ryan. Next week, got to put you both on dating app for females. You know what? We still do. We got about a week, Mike. You still are on the gay website, the dating app. I'm going to get to that results in just a moment here. As a matter of fact, Tyrone says, yes, sir. I can't wait. It is going to be a great time. We can't wait either, man. Lindsay says this. She says her son's 21st birthday party. I can't wait. We're going to be doing the bar crawl. That's awesome. That is awesome. When is his birthday? It's got to be coming real soon then, huh? A lot of you know what? I do know it. Don't tell me what it is. You did say this. You just did say when your son's birthday is. It is. It's gonna make me nuts because I do know what it is. He's gonna be 21. Damn it. 26 and 28. That's right.
Your brain, with the way it remembers numbers and shit, it's fucking freaky.
Yeah. Cody says, get Malibu most one do-rag. Somers says, that's my cue. LOL at the Somers cue. Once we start getting these results out, Cody says the boob sweat under that bra would smell unbearable. You should have smelled his sit-down air.
The cloud. At first I thought like Derpy had an aura. No, that was just the dirt emanating.
Like Pigpen off of Peanuts.
Yeah.
Mark Malone says shower cap and soap on a rope like sand. That's what I'm talking about. Should we do the results after we do the trivia, or should we do results first?
No, let's do the trivia so we don't scare away Somber.
Somber, do you want to? All right, let's do that. Mike,
I'm looking out for my guy.
Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about the website?
Sorry, I was making myself laugh. The2dumyinzers.com. Check it out, everyone. You know it's over there with all of our articles, all of our social media links. And if this is your sort of thing, we have the link to the merch store. So check it out at the2dumyinzers.com.
Go check it out, everybody. A lot of cool stuff over at our website, www.d2dumyinzers.com. That's www.d2dumyinzers.com. Lindsay says, I literally do not see these comments. What the fuck? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I apologize.
YouTube hates us. Yes, Tyrone. YouTube bugging.
Lindsay says, bullshit, man. Somber says, I see them weird. Let's get into this trivia question here, guys. I see them on mobile and desktop is what Somber's saying, guys. Let's talk about the trivia question of the day, Mike. This is about quarterbacks facing the Steelers.
Ooh.
Quarterbacks facing the Steelers is the question of the day. Put on your thinking caps, everybody at home, everybody on the terrible board. Here we go. This is the question of the day. Quarterbacks facing the Steelers. Which quarterback has the most wins versus Steelers in the Super Bowl era? Which quarterback has the most wins versus the Steelers in the Super Bowl era? And I don't know if you noticed, Mike, when I was going to give the hint before, again, I'm not going to give that away because I could still give it away, but I'll explain just in a second. Mike, question of the day. Which quarterback has the most wins versus the Steelers in the Super Bowl era? You want a hint or no hint?
I don't want a hint.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead and think that over, guys. We're live 5 days a week right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. every day right here on the Tube.
A tube. Excuse me.
If you think that you might know, if you have some guesses, if you do know, throw it up on the board, guys. Question again of the day is which quarterback has the most wins versus the Steelers in the Super Bowl era? One guy. He does have more wins than any other quarterback in the Super Bowl era. Which one is it, Mike? What is your thought process? Cody says Rodney King. Mike, what is your thought process?
I immediately go to Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously. It's go to Tom Brady. But it's got to be a division quarterback. Is what I'm thinking.
Not a bad thought process.
Yeah, but man, this is a tough one. In the Super Bowl era,
there's one quarterback that has more wins against the Steelers than any other quarterback in the Super Bowl era.
Mark Brunell.
And that's not a bad guess. That's actually a really good guess.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Now I see you.
Now I'm looking at the answers. I know what it is.
Now I'm thinking, fuck, forget about that guy. But I'm sticking with my guns with Mark Brunell.
Mark Brunell. Is this your final answer?
Final answer.
All right, I'm locking Mike in. Mark Brunell, final answer. I'm seeing some Joe. I mean, that doesn't mean it's right, Mike. I mean, you're just assuming that they're correct.
Yeah, but if I were to remember, that's who I would have went with.
All right, question of the day. Question of the day is this: which quarterback has the most wins versus the Steelers in the Super Bowl era? Mike says Mark Brunell. Cody, of course, is Charles Manson. Dude, I do want to say what's up to JD. Dude in the house. He says Joe Flacco. Tortilla and Lindsay agree. They agree with Dude. They also say Flacco. Let me grab Chris here. Chris says, did you guys how glowingly Aaron Rodgers spoke about All right, dude. Yes. I'm loving everything I hear. Oh, and another word, Mike. And again, listen, okay. Another word I'm hearing about the Steelers right now is good vibes.
Good vibes.
I don't know. That's kind of a me thing. I tend to say that all the time. Again, listen, this could just be my ego talking, but at the end of the day, Mike, I say good vibes all the time. Now all of a sudden, I'm seeing in all the articles, I'm seeing, oh, there's good vibes in Pittsburgh.
Good
all
vibes.
the Steelers are good vibes under Mike. I'm just saying. You want to catch anything? If you miss anything we say, do turn on the radio stations in Pittsburgh next week, and you can hear it all right there. Mark Malone says, Boomer Esiason. Tortilla says, Mike Tomlin was afraid of Joe for a reason. Tyrone says, yeah, A-Rod spoke high on Bernard. That was awesome. Chris says, Tom Brady. Cody says, Charlie Murphy. Lots of interesting answers here, guys. Again, the question of the day, which quarterback has the most wins versus Steelers in the Super Bowl era? Guys, the hint was going to be this, but Mike declined for the hint. The hint was it's not Tom Brady who has 12. It is not Tom Brady who has 12 wins against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Guys, the correct answer to the question, which quarterback has the most wins versus the Steelers in the Super Bowl era, is in fact Joe Flacco, guys, with 13, 12 of them in the regular season, one of them in the postseason, for a total of 13 wins. And against the Steelers, and I got to be honest with you, it wasn't because he was a great quarterback. It was because the Ravens are good, and these two teams are always good. It's always a good rivalry game. They're always close. Games are usually decided under a touchdown. These are the reasons why I believe that he had most of his wins against the Steelers. Wasn't really, with the exception of 2 games at the top of my head, Joe Flacco didn't really destroy us, but yet, Mike, he does have more wins against the Steelers as a quarterback than any quarterback in the Super Bowl era.
Yeah, I forgot about Flacco. That's how. Yes, Lindsay, you are always right.
I always liked Joe Flacco's unibrow.
He scared the shit out of me.
Let's grab a couple of messages right here. Let's go. Mark Maloney says maybe Moon. Moon wasn't a bad guess either. Cody Baker Mayfield, I guess, was, that's not even a terrible guess. It's just the longevity of him being in Cleveland, I think, would be the only problem with that guess. Lindsay is always right. I think that it's very safe for us all here to agree with Lindsay. Let's go to Tortilla. Tortilla says, when you play out basic scheme twice a year, I'd be surprised if you did. You know what I'm saying? And again, they were always good. Hey, listen, Ray Lewis wasn't part of the problem. Ray Lewis wasn't part of the reason why they beat us. Ray Rice wasn't part of the reason why they beat us. Go the whole way down the list. That big ugly. Who was the big ugly guy? Suggs.
Yeah, Suggs.
They had a lot going on. It wasn't just Joe Flacco, but that is very true, Mike. The guy that did beat the Steelers the most in his career, a former Pitt Panther, way back in the day before moving around a little bit in college. Joe Flacco has more wins against the Steelers than any quarterback in the past 60 years.
I can't believe I forgot about Joe.
That's all right. He's easy to forget about.
Yeah, he's a forgettable fella.
And he went on to beat us in other teams as well, Mike. So Lindsay says that's a very safe move. Of course, Cody says, Lindsay, we know what happens when you're not right. Alana Ubach, I don't know what that is, but I trust. Let's go a few things, Mike. Where are we? Oh, the results. That's right. Mike, did you and were you able to get ahead is the question of the day. I got ahead. Were you able to get ahead on the list, Mike? It is time for the results. That's right, the results we do have for Gay Pride Month. We have Mike pinned up against Derpy on a
Don't phrase it like that.
Oh, you're pinned, baby. You're pinned with them. And Mike and Derpy, yes, we are seeing who could pull the most man ass for this Gay Pride Month. We got them both on a gay dating app website, Mike, and I do have the results. I just seen Sommer running out of the room with his hands over his eyes and ears. Guys, this is the results for the gay dating app competition between Mike and Derpy to see who could pull more man ass. Let's take a look. Mike, so I do have to say Derpy is pulling away in one category, but I think the one that matters is still close. Guys, right here, Derpy in overall views is up to 201. Mike, you are at 179.
Damn, Derpy.
So Derpy's pulling ahead, Mike. But again, these are only views. The likes, I think, would be where it matters.
Okay.
Of course, in this competition that ends in just 6 days, to see who could pull more man ass here on the show on a gay dating site for Gay Pride Month. Mike is very hopeful, very competitive, which makes me ask a lot of questions about him.
If you went first, you're last.
All right. Mike, the likes. Derpy has 61, and you have 56.
Oh,
I think it's because he has the Superman costume on in his pictures.
I think so too. I think the weird little power bottom is going to pull it out.
So, Mike, 201 to 179 in views. Okay. All right. And then likes 61 to 56. You got some work to do, Mike. You got
I do.
some work
I
to
do.
do.
I'm not feeling too confident. I think Derpy's slowly beginning to pull away in this competition. You know how, like, in the game, in the fourth quarter, third period, you can feel like the game slipping away from you. I feel it slipping away from me. I kind of want to do something drastic, but I also don't want to change it up what got me here. Yes, I'm trying to get it together. Ryan won't let me show the goods. He won't let me show the cleavage.
Well, listen, if you could produce a picture, Mike, that you feel will be better, I'll certainly consider it. But you have to come up with something, man.
How about this?
Listen, we'll make like the last. I don't know what is today. I don't know how the weeks play out. I don't listen. If you could make a picture, if you could produce a picture that you like better than the one I have and I put up there, let me know this weekend, and I will put it down for the last couple days of the month to see if that helps you pull back in. But as of right now, Mike, like I said, you kind of have an uphill battle. Derpy is 61 to 56, and that is the likes. So I don't know. I'm just saying. Lindsay saying cleavage always works, Mike. Recommend it.
I'll give it a try.
And I don't disagree.
I'll give it a try. Like, I'm in it to win it.
All right, man ass. The competition goes on just 6 more days. Again, Mike, if you could create a better picture, I will put it on for the 1 or 2 days next week, whatever it is that we are wrapping up the month of June.
Mark Malone, he may have.
What did Mark say?
Did Derpy sneak on there and show his moves? I think Derpy did.
Like I said, if you could come up with something better within the last couple of days, I will do it. I'll put it up there for you and see if that changes things around. Let's do catch up on some of these some of the comments here. Tyrone says this, right? She starts yelling at the workers, talking about Lindsay says this. Lindsay says, I wouldn't know because I'm always right, Cody. Cody says, you tell us to wash the fucking dishes. Lindsay says, my coworkers love me. Thank you. Let's go down here to Lindsay. Geez, might get it together. That's what I'm saying. Cody says they probably feel like Derpy is easy. Well, that's what I'm thinking too, because because of the Superman costume is what I'm thinking, Mike. And he actually had a cape on as well in his picture. So again, I think that's helping. I do think that is helping. Like perhaps you should wear a cape.
You know, I'm about to put on one of the wigs, get the hair flowing. It's not gonna be the Vanilla Thunder, true Vanilla Thunder get up. Maybe have like the dark hair. You know, make myself look a little bit mysterious.
See, I think it's all about the cleavage, but that's just me, Mark Malone.
I'll do both, man. I'll whatever it takes to win. Anything short of showing butthole, I'm willing to do.
Yeah, well, you know what? That would be a home run, probably.
Probably would, man. Like, it's not the kind of home run I'm looking for.
Tortilla says put a wig on too. Somber says they probably think Derpy is a sub. Mike has RBF LOL. Let's go here. Cody says Mike show off the hair, maybe a comb over. Mike might do the trick. Tyrone says Mike put a wig on that. Put a wig on and dummy that I have here. Yeah, maybe we will do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll have the wig on him tomorrow. Also, Lindsay says this, Mike, we need you to win this. Come on. I agree. They're excited, Mike. They want you to win. Listen, it's not just a.
Like they are all. This makes me feel good, guys. You're all rooting for me.
Martin Malone says, show me a picture. Show a picture of the Thunder alter ego claimed to be into dominatrix shit. Cody says Mike was close to having hair on his head. The Pirates messed it all up. And dude says this, Mike, put on a Steeler thong. I think these are all great suggestions.
These are all great ideas.
As you're starting the trail, Mike, as we're coming down the stretch here. So again, it's looking like about 4 days. I think there's 1 or 2 days at the beginning of next week. Cody says I'm going for Derpy. Derpy has my vote. So there you go.
This is why you're on my enemy list, Cody.
I
thought being enemies and all, you would at least the hate that you have for me might show through in another way in a positive manner, but I guess I was wrong.
Tyrone's going for you though, Mike. Tyrone is going for you. Cody's going for Derpy. Ty is going for Mike. So maybe we will. Maybe we'll do some kind of betting at the beginning of next week as this kind of rounds out. Lindsay's leading in the way of Mike as well. This is getting too interesting, Mike.
I'm winning I'm winning the board. That's all that matters.
Yeah. If that was the competition, you'd be doing really well.
It's the competition I just made up in my mind.
Let's talk about a few things. Buccos back at it tonight. Mike, game 2 of this series against the Mariners at home. They do get the win. They lose yesterday. I'm sorry. They need a win to stay in this one. They lose tonight. They will lose the series to the Mariners. Again, Mike, the Marlins, the A's, the Rockies, and the Mariners. Not the way that we thought that this streak of games would have gone for the Pirates. Not looking good. They fall below 500 one more time. They're sitting at 39-40. Game 2 of the series against the Mariners tonight. That is a 6:40 start. My team, Team USA don't play till tomorrow. The Riveters are women. They have their big game today in soccer. Mike, they play Buffalo. That's a 7:00 game tonight. And of course, Mike, yes, the big soccer game tomorrow is between USA and Turkey. That is a 10:00 start tomorrow night. If you're following that, and I am going to follow that a little bit more, Mike, than I usually do. Again, not a big soccer guy, but I'm game. I'm down to see what this is all about, and if we could get it done. And Mike, Turkey, USA tomorrow. We win in this game?
I don't know. Like I said, we might rush some players because we don't have to win. We're secured going into the knockout stage, and I think we're secured enough to win the group stage to help our seeding. So I don't think we have to win this. So I don't know if we're going to put out our best lineup out there.
All right, so that's tomorrow night at 10:00. Today we do have the Buccos. Today we do have the Riveters. Mike, again, the NBA draft was yesterday. The Pittsburgh Penguins will be drafting on Friday into this weekend. As that is coming up here in the NHL, a lot of stuff always going on in the Berg. And also, Mike, the gals going to be back at it. The Pittsburgh Passion will be hosting the Mile High Blaze. Also coming up this weekend. Lots going on, guys. Let me grab a few messages. Tortilla says Derpy has the entire College of Penn State touching him. I mean, behind him. No, I mean on his side. That's Tortilla. Cody says this. He says, definitely not getting the hair on your head. And finally, Cody says, hopefully Skeens pitches the next 6 games in a row. And you know what? I hope he doesn't, because they're losing every game that he pitches now.
I know.
It's truly incredible what's going on with this Pirates team, and if they don't grab relievers like yesterday, this is going to be over quick for them. Again, I think that they're a team that could play well in the playoffs. I think they're built to play good in the playoffs. Getting there is the problem. I don't think it's so much the lack of what the players are doing; it's the lack of what management is doing to make it better. And again, you can't go half in on an all-in season, and that's what they're doing. So, unfortunately, that's going to be the way it plays out, in my opinion, Mike. I hope I'm wrong. Believe me, I hope that I'm wrong.
I hope we're wrong too. Like they should be making moves. They should be trying to improve this ball club. But they're being like everyone else, just sitting on their hands, waiting till the trade deadline to actually do something, and hope that's enough.
And it's not going to be enough this year. Tyrone says my Reds are starting to do better, but that's what I'm saying. If you're 10 games out at this point, that's going to be hard to catch. Catching up in baseball is hard.
It is. It's so easy to fall behind.
It really is. And as I was saying yesterday, as those teams start to give up, Mike, down the stretch, people are going to say, well, you're going to be able to beat those teams. But you know what? The teams that give up are also going to get beat by the teams that we're up against and competing for those positions. So, again, I hope the best. I hope we can get in. But the management's surely effing things up as they usually do. Let me grab a few more. Lindsay says Pirates suck every year. What the F else is new? Cody says you guys should be Yankee fans. Listen, I don't have any problem against the Yankees. I respect them. And I acknowledge they're the greatest team of all time, but they're just not my cup of tea, man. Tyrone, we both start. I know, and the thing is, we're still not. Neither teams are bad. They're just they could be better. They could be better. Lindsay says this: baseball is the most boring shit ever, guys. Whenever it's not boring, we do like to get ourselves some delicious Duquesne Pilsner, Mike. I do know this for anything that comes along, whether it be a Pirate game, whether it be a Steeler game, whether it be Penguins pit, whatever comes along, Duquesne Pilsner is always in our menu here at the show. Mike, the guys over at Duquesne Pilsner always do things for us, so we like to do things back for them. Do go check them out, Mike, over at their website. You can check them out. You can do a lot of things. You could stop, grab yourself a 6-pack, a 12-pack of Giant Eagle. wherever cases are sold. Stop, get yourself some Duquesne Pilsner. We always have it on tap here at the studio for whatever comes along. Mike, made right here in Pittsburgh, and it says right on the can, grab a Duke.
Grab a Duke.
Also, if you're checking them out online, you can check us out as well. We're all over the place. You can check us out on Facebook, X, Instagram, Threads, even TikTok. Swing by, hit the follow button. Keep up with what's going on with the two Dum Yinzers on a day-to-day basis. And if you haven't had a chance yet, do hit the like button down below. Hit the like, the sub, the share, leave a comment. Any of it, it all helps us out, guys. We do appreciate it very much. Thank you. Mike, your thoughts today's show?
Bunch of haters out there against the Steelers. When all anyone did was speak facts. Big Ben spoke facts that, the Ravens window is closing and is closing rapidly. The football god spoke facts to the pothead. Well, I forget his name. Breaking his ankle. That, dude, you just weren't that good. Your body got knocked the fuck out. Don't blame the turf. And Chris Sims, the football gods, are talking to you like, dude, why are you even talking quarterbacks? You were a failed quarterback. You only got drafted because your dad's last name. And don't you ever put Terry Bradshaw's name in your punk ass mouth again, you little bitch. So what did I say about today's show?
Mike is angry today. Cody says you guys got to deal with the Braves and the Dodgers. Yikes. Yeah, that's always good teams in the NL for sure. Lindsay said bye. Hey, thank you, Lindsay, for swinging by. Always great seeing Lindsay. Ty says, okay, Cody, you got to deal with the Rays too, my effort. Ty also says Braves, Dodgers, Brewers are damn good. You know what? The thing about the Brewers, they are really good, and they're always in first place. And they always seem to win a division now, but they can't ever get it done. That's my problem with the Brewers. I just like to see them be a little bit better or a little bit worse. Give somebody else a chance or make a real run at it. I don't have any problems with the Brewers. Let's go here to Cody. Damn, I might be a Mike fan now. Say it louder. Oh shit. There you go, Mike. What else, guys? I do want to say thank you to everybody for coming and hanging out and checking us out today. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you. We truly, honestly do. We wouldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to everybody on the board. You guys are amazing. Love the board. You guys always keep the show interesting.
The best.
You are the best of the best. And I wouldn't change anything about it, guys. We love the board. They're the lifeblood of the show. And I do want to say thank you to everybody that's at home. Maybe you're at work. Maybe you're at the gym. Maybe you're in the car. Maybe you're just taking a walk. And you just got your pods, your buds, or whatever in your ears. Guys, thank you too. A couple of things before we do roll. Cody says Mike got that stone cold aura. The stone cold aura.
Yeah, I'm starting cutting some promos now.
Tyrone says,
feed the ego.
Here we go, Rockets with the Rockets all day. Tyrone says, great show. I'm out. I'm off, bastards. It's my man. I hope you have a great day. You and the new girlfriend too, dude. That's really cool. Congratulations. Hope it works out. And she's a JPJ fan. Aura Tortilla is saying, Mike, I think that's going to be it. I'm all out of things to talk about. What about you?
I'm out of things to talk about too. Other than that, we are the best. We're the best here talking Steelers. You guys are the best board. Best Steelers talk in town is the two Dum Yinzers. Yes, I'm doing a little self-promotion for the show because fuck them.
Just fuck them. That's why. We'll be back tomorrow at our regular time to get into it all over again, guys. We hope to see everybody back then. Mark Malone says Ravens really are on borrowed time. Tortilla says I told Tyrone his getting catfished by Mark Malone. Oh, that'd be rough. Ty says not my girlfriend yet. I take things slow, brother. Hey, not a bad idea. Smart move, my friend. And Tortilla, Tyrone, all day, every day. Big guy. Big baby. We'll be back tomorrow at our regular time to do it all over again. We hope everybody has a great day today. It is hump day. Get out and enjoy this summer a little bit because, Mike, the days are now getting shorter every day, all the way up until December 21st. Every day is going to start getting a little bit shorter.
I love it. I love it when the days get shorter.
But thank you so much, everybody, for coming and hanging out. Again, it's summer, and we're trying to pull ideas that other people, you could see that other shows in town aren't having any trouble finding things to talk about, but I don't know, again, where they get their information. At the end of the day, in the middle of summer, talking about interesting things is not always the easiest thing to do. So again, thank you so much for sticking with us through the whole ride. I swear to you, it won't be much longer. I swear to you, it won't be much longer, just a month away. We're going to be in full swing, and it's going to be a blast, baby. All about the black and gold, just all day, every day, Mike, as it is all through the year. So thank you so much, guys, for everything that you do, gals, for everything that you do for us here at the show. We can't thank you enough. Thank you. Mike, anything before we go? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Let's have a great day, everyone.
All right, guys, have a great one. Everybody, stay safe. Get some Duquesne Pilsner. Have a nice day. Just chill, relax, and we'll see everybody tomorrow at our regular time. For Derpy, for Finch, for Mike, for RB, for Chop, myself, the two Dum Yinzers. Everybody have a great hump day. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.